I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
I am inevitable.
Okay, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Khaotic Conversation. And here we go. The beat's banging, so the verse gotta bang too. You ain't feeling it, man, I don't know what to say to you. I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep flowing. And my channel, yeah, it's gonna keep growing. Comment chat is who I am. You be like, yo, that's Danny? Damn, he kinda nice. This shit is hot. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. The show Khaotic Conversation is the best damn show on YouTube Nation. So sit back, enjoy the show, and like the Joker says, and here we go. Khaotic Conversation. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't you dare miss it. That's what I said. Don't you dare miss it. Peace. What up, what up, what up, what up? It is Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is the 100th. I said it, 100th, 100th episode of the Khaotic Conversation. And as always, my boys are in the house. That would be Guy Scar of the Bosco Scenario and Mr. Anzo of Biggaford Entertainment. How y'all doing, fellas?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Well,
hell of an accomplishment. 100 episodes now.
Man, I never thought.
Damn.
We started to get that many episodes, but hey, it's here. It's a milestone. Glad to get there and hopefully keep on moving. I'm gonna go ahead and say what's up to people in chat. Sean Stackhouse came and said congratulations. Thank you, sir. Eyes only say hello. What's up? DQ is always here. Say what's up. Dan Land say hello, fine people. Delightful to see you all here. They spoke back and forth to each other, and then I said what's up, and then so thank you all again. Like I said, it's the 100th episode. I invite a few people to come in, really drop in if they can. If they can't, then we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna make it do what it do. I got 3 main topics. Let me pull up the first one that I thought was pretty interesting. And so
3 main topics.
I'm going to pull up the first one, and this one is kind of I was like, damn, man. But supposedly, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said some untruth thing about, I guess, the profitability, if that is even a word, of Black Adam. And this comes from the Direct. And it says, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson allegedly leaked inaccurate financial information about Black Adam's profitability to the press. DC's most recent theatrical release, following the journey of Teth Adam and the Justice Society of America, was not a smash hit at the box office. However, Black Adam also was not a complete flop like fellow 2022 comic book movie Morbius. The indistinct range of money making has left news outlets debating whether the film would be profitable for Warner Brothers. Let's see what happened. What the heck happened?
We don't have it.
All right. It says the report from earlier this month said the film would lose the studio between 50 to 100 million, causing tectonic rumbling around the industry of how Black Adam was another DC failure. In response, another report was released to Deadline that which Johnson quickly supported in an effort to assure people that the film would return a profit. New information has just released on the conflicting reports. Puck's Matt Maloney revealed in a newsletter that Team Dwayne Johnson leaked the story to Deadline according to several Warner executives. The report, which Maloney called filled with false assumptions, indicated Black Adam is turning a profit of about 52 to 72 million. All revenue factors, VOD, Blu-ray, even taken into account. Maloney went on to call this one of the sillier trade stories of all time and doubts that the film will reach the home entertainment numbers Johnson is expecting. The industry insider also shared his belief that a 100 million global marketing figure probably was misleading. He finalized that Black Adam discusses the fact that nearly all the movies that size will ultimately pencil out, and that won't mean it's considered a worthwhile movie. Black Adam was never going to be as significant of a hit among fans as a typical MCU fan, despite The Rock's direct comparison to Captain America: The First Avenger. To be clear, the fact that the slim margins in which Black Adam will or will not be profitable are enough to show how Warner Brothers will view the project. It wasn't a monumental failure, but it also wasn't a hit that generated enough buzz to warrant a sequel. The idea of Black Adam.
You break it out there.
Can't hear you.
You muted. Nope. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, go ahead, talk now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. But it looks like Dwayne Johnson was a little misleading with what he was saying about Black Adam and kind of, I guess, inflating the numbers. And tell me, is that disappointing, or how do you feel about this, or you really don't care one way or the other, or do you think we're going to see a Black Adam 2? Which I really want to see a Black Adam 2 because I want to see Henry Cavill versus Black Adam, Superman versus Black Adam, but the way this is looking like, we might not even see that. And plus, there seems to be a lot of new rumbling over there with the new powers that be, David Zasloff and so the gentleman,
James Gunn.
So, what do you guys think?
To be honest with you, it didn't make sense that it was what he was saying. I didn't think so. It made him almost 400 million, not even close to it. And if you go with the budget, there was no way it was making money. So I didn't believe what he said it either. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that movie was $195 million, the budget, right? So that would make it right at $600 million to be profitable. There's only made half of that.
Yeah, it's sitting at 389 right now.
Damn.
Yeah, and I don't think it's. Yeah, it's.
I don't think it's going to sell enough
DVDs.
40%. I don't think it's going to sell enough, whatever you call them, 4Ds in the
physical media,
Walmart or anywhere else.
You know, I don't get why he would lie and boost that. That shit just comes out and the truth is there. People crunch numbers and people, that's what they do, right? They go in and they do their research and they find out. So for him to like try to hide that, that's kind of weak, in my opinion.
It's really a blow to his ego because he put so much of his time and effort, and man, 10 years he been trying to pump it up.
Yeah.
And then when he finally gets there, it doesn't have a good showing. I mean, I probably would feel some kind of. I don't think I would go out there and lie about it, but I would feel some kind of way about it.
Yeah, it's kind of exaggerating. I was just exaggerating.
Black Adam did good on streaming. I don't know how can you pull those numbers. I don't know how to pull those numbers because
I don't know if you can, but I'm pretty sure there's numbers out there what it did for streaming.
Yeah, we still haven't seen what the Justice League done. Zack Snyder Justice League. Those true numbers ain't, for my knowledge, ain't never come out.
What, the Justice League? Absolutely not. But there's a reason why the Justice League didn't come out, right? It's probably because they don't want to give you the numbers for Justice League. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Do you think because it didn't probably do that well?
I think it did well. And I think if they show the real numbers and it's good or a good number, then that'll give Zack Snyder fans even more steam to be return to Zack Snyderverse, return to Zack, which I don't care one way or the other. I mean, I like the way he shoots things. Like I like the 300, and I like that zombie movie he made. I mean, the way he shoots things and the way he brings things to life, I like, but I'm pretty sure there's something out there that's just as good that I would
Well,
like
that's
as
the
well
thing.
too.
That's the reasons why they didn't give us the numbers for Justice League, because if it did do good, then it's like, oh, well, we made a
Right.
mistake by not, putting out the movie the way it should have been. So,
Yeah, and they wanted to stand by their decision of not continuing with Zack Snyder, right? So you're absolutely right.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to be proven wrong.
You're right. Then I said, I guess he should have done the eyebrow thing. Hey, would have worked. Man said, I don't believe the article. This screams of making up news in the absence of any actual news. Could be true too. I don't know. Dan Line says, just you, David. Maybe hit refresh. David said, can you smell what the rock is cooking? Hey, I could smell it. But apparently the rest of the world couldn't smell it. It was like, Okay. Next article.
Yeah.
This one should be very interesting too. I thought this was very interesting. Kang actor, he reveals how he is going to rival Josh Brolin's Thanos. Thanos has become one of the most iconic villains in cinema history, and succeeding him in the MCU is no small challenge. King actor Jonathan Majors has revealed how he hopes to fill the void left by Josh Brolin's beloved supervillain. The demise of the angry Titan and the blockbuster success Avengers Endgame has left a gaping void for Marvel Studios. Fans have eagerly anticipated a return to the heights of the Infinity Saga, and the MCU's Phase 5 is set to raise the stakes higher than ever with the multiversal threat posed by Kang the Conqueror. After first appearing in Disney Plus Loki, Kang will be making his former MCU debut in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. He will become the next big bad and hopefully provide a focus for the MCU after a mixed reception to Phase 4. Kang will go on to star in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, where new and classic heroes alike will face his multiversal threat.
Mhm.
King actor teases potent new MCU threat. He who remains actor Jonathan Majors has revealed that he hopes to complete against the Infinity Saga's iconic Thanos in Phase 5 of the MCU. Appearing in an interview for the Canadian television channel Scene Pop,
Yeah,
Majors, Scene Pop, that's correct.
Yeah.
Majors spoke candidly about how he feels to be following up Brolin's acclaimed portrayal of Thanos as he becomes the MCU's new supervillain. He initially praises Brolin's work as an incredible big bad and credits his performance to why Marvel can make Phase 5 possible. This one I find very interesting in this next one. Majors continues by captioning, he tries not to make comparisons between Kang and Thanos. He emphasizes that it's a whole different world. My assignment is different, and the character of Kang's is different. Where to get to? Despite differences, Kang is set to share a level of power and intimidation, characteristics similar to what Thanos brought into the MCU during the Infinity Saga. However, Majors was reluctant to give us much more away, and tease that audiences will have to let the movie show just what fear Kang will bring to the MCU. Of course, any fear and intimidation will not be a like for like, as Loki writer Michael Waldron confirmed that King brings a different energy to the MCU. These comments come after Loki writer Michael already praises Majors as a hell of an actor and a hell of a performer, and emphasized that he will bring a totally different energy than what Thanos is. Where is it at? What I want to see. Right, this right here. However, whilst the Master of Mischief Loki had sorcerer powers, and Thanos boasted invulnerability, Kang, at least in the Marvel comics, lacks any powers of his own. Instead, he is equipped with 31st century technology and battle armor, as shown in the Quantumanium trailer. Kang is also known for having various variations, and his affinity for time travel makes him such a dangerous threat to humanity. In Marvel Comics, he believes himself to be the rightful master of the world and seeks to rewrite history to achieve his rise to power. Most importantly, there are countless versions of the character. In one version is defeated, another lurks in the shadows. Suppose Dr. Strange's calculations from Infinity War were correct. In that case, there could be at least 14,605 versions of Kang. Of course, Marvel is unlikely to show all 14 million variations of Kang the Conqueror. However, at least there are many realities and timeless emphasis just how tricky the supervillain could be to defeat. Now, that makes me think this is going to be something like Groundhog Day, where we see him defeated by one person or one hero. What's up, Terrence? And think he's dead, and then boom, he'll shoot somewhere else, and he comes back. So, do we want to see a time loop of Kang coming back like Groundhog Day, and then they find out?
I don't think there's going to be a time loop type thing, because if you read the article, part it says we're going to see classic characters, right? So I think this is where the whole rumor of them bringing back, Iron Man, Captain America, the original Captain America and stuff like that. I think that's where we're going to get to see these guys come back, because they've been hinting and rumoring that for a while now. So there's different variations. 100% as a Groundhog Day thing, I don't think so, but we already got a glimpse of it at the season finale of Loki, right, where the statues of the TVA were changed and it was actually Kang statues. So we know that for season 2, one variation is actually in charge of the TVA. So
yeah,
maybe that way we're gonna get it as a time.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I'm thinking when I say Groundhog Day, you know how he did the same day over and over, but we saw different aspects of the day. I'm thinking that, let's say in Tony Stark's Avengers time, whatever, they bring him back, he kills Kang, then they flip something else, and it's Thor: Love and Thunder, and Kang's in that one, and then boom, they kill him, and then are we going to keep seeing the different Kang pop up, and we think we're going to kill all of them, and then at the end scene credit, we see another King and Kang, and he's saying something sinister. Is it going to be kind of like that I guess certain aspects of Groundhog Day?
Okay.
And I'm trying to see, is that something we want to see? Is that going to be interesting? How are they going to make that exciting? How are they going to make that not so redundant? So that's just my question. What do you think, Terrence?
I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I hope that they do showcase his time traveling ability and that he wants to better himself through technology, and his intelligence increases over time too. So I would want them to bring back, Iron Man and use Reed Richards, because the characters that they have right now are not good enough to deal with him. I feel like he would outsmart them physically and mentally. He kind of would run circles around them. I feel like the only one that might be able to pose a little challenge would be Hank Pym, but I was thinking that Kang would take him out first. Somebody that's a legitimate threat right off the bat.
Well, I'm curious to see what he wants Ant-Man to steal back from him. I don't know if it's an Infinity Stone or if it's some part of a gadget or something that he needs for his equipment to work. I don't know what it is. Because it seems like, based on the trailer, it seems like he was maybe stuck in that quantum realm. Because why did he follow Ant-Man's wife out or whatever? And then once he found out you got some kind of beacon, cut that shit off. And then he was able to draw them to his world. I don't think he's able to get out into our worlds yet.
Right. That's why I'm thinking the time travel stuff, because even in the Moon Knight comic book run, when he went through the different timelines and was killing a bunch of different Moon Knights because they were too powerful, eventually they jumped him and defeated him, but then he's like, I'll be back. And it's like he just kind of redid the whole thing again. So it could be that he went through the different timelines and saw that, okay, maybe Ant-Man is the key to helping me figure out this equation. And then that's the one little missing piece. And then once that happens, then he can enact the rest of his plans. That's something that the character does as well. Make it seem like he's your friend, and he will use a bunch of intelligent words to show you, okay, I'm intelligent, I'm here to help you, I'm friendly. And then all of a sudden, surprise. And then it's just like the craziest thing that happens.
Yeah. What do you think, Alonzo?
I don't know. I think we're just going to get different variations of Kang in different movies. I don't think that this Kang is going to be the same Kang that's going to be in the Kang Dynasty. I think in each movie, you're going to see a different version of him, and they get worse each and every time he comes around. That's what I think.
Okay. Be interesting to see. Like I said, I know very little about King. I never gravitated towards him when I was reading comic books. I really wasn't a
I,
fan of Fantastic Four. Um, I read some of their books. I'm familiar with their powers and their origins, but that's about
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's just like I can't really say that I'm a fan of Fantastic Four either. To me, their comic books are boring, but it's like, you need Reed Richards. He's the smartest one in the universe. I mean, not the one from Doctor Strange too, but the real one. And then on top of that, their villains are some of the most iconic. So you need them to get those characters. It would just feel weird without them. So like I'm tired of seeing that kind of stuff where they introduce storylines and then characters that are supposed to be there or not, and then they come after the fact. It reduces their importance. But I think that with Kang, while there should be different variations because he has the most variants in the Marvel universe anyway, from a technical standpoint, that you want a main Kang because you don't want them to like constantly like keep switching and there's not a main one because then there's no reason to get attached to them. It's like no matter how bad or how goofy this one is, we know that they're going to be dead by the end of the storyline or they're going to go away and there's just going to be another one.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. We're going to transition into the last topic. It's several different parts on this, and when I saw this, I was like, "Yeah, this would be a good one." This is saying the top 10 biggest movies of 2023, and the first one is saying is Fast X. I haven't even seen the last one, so.
Oh my god, it's crazy. Who would have thought back then we were gonna get up to 10 movies when the first one came out? I didn't believe it.
To me, I really stopped liking them at 3 because the third one is about the most different one from the rest of them. The rest of them pretty much got the same kind of formula.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last one was ridiculously exaggerated.
I haven't even watched the last one yet, so I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, I've been watching Fast and the Furious since I was in middle school, and I never would have thought that they would be on 10 with a spinoff on top of that. But to me, like from the first one, that was my favorite for a long time. And then the second one, not as good. We don't really need to talk about the third one. Like the third one pissed me off because it's like you had good characters with a mediocre story, which is why I was like, you need to put them in a better Fast and the Furious movie. So then we get
Tokyo Drift.
I love the third one.
Yeah, the Tokyo Drift to me was just garbage.
Garbage.
I'm glad that like the characters there, they put them in the other ones because they needed a better story. So that was irritating to me. But then because that was so bad, they brought back the original cast for Fast and Furious. And then you get my favorite one, which is Fast 5, which turned it into like this global phenomenon kind of thing and getting it to $1 billion and stuff like that once Dwayne Johnson came into the equation. So and then from there, it just started taking all these crazy turns. So I'm gonna check out Fast X. I saw Fast 9. It's not as good as the other ones, but I enjoyed it because it was just crazy as hell. So I think that this one will be better than Fast 9. I think it'll be better than the last 3 because it's something about the number 10 where you have to look at what came before, what worked, and then what didn't work, and you want to focus on what worked.
Yeah,
Is Fast 10 the last one?
Supposedly. No. It's Fast 10 and 11. It's a 2-parter.
Okay.
But 9 was garbage. 9 was absolute garbage.
These
motherfuckers went to space in a fucking. It was so dumb. It was so ridiculous.
I heard it was so crazy. Ridiculous. I haven't even actually yet.
The one thing that I give props to the franchise for is that every time they come out with another film, it ups the last one in terms of its craziness. I have never seen that with any franchise. Like usually with any other franchise that I watch, they pretty much do what I expect them to do, and they just kind of stay there.
I think 8 was like when he had that jet on the car.
Right.
Didn't the woman steal his baby, and then Jason Statham and his brother went up there and
Right. Like when they introduced Jason Statham, like when I was in the theater, I remember we were just everybody was cheering so loud. It was insane. Like for him to step out of that car. I'm like, they have to fight him. I'm like, the franchise is over then. They're not beating the transporter. That's what I thought at the time. So.
Yeah, the transporter hell, boy. I love all them shows. So, are we interested in excited about Fast 10? I'm not, but
I am.
Okay.
Couldn't care less.
Okay.
Yeah,
For me, it's past its expiry date.
Day one IMAX for me.
Number 2 is The Little Mermaid. That comes out May 26, 2023. It's expected to make $1 billion. Who is going to see this? That's what it said right there.
Is that what they said?
Right there. Release date is May 26, 2023. In domestic total prediction is 4 million. International total prediction is 6 million, which is a combined total of $1 billion.
Well, you know this ain't coming out in China.
Right.
I'm just saying. So
I'm not gonna pay to see The Little Mermaid because I've never been a fan of that anyway. But I also am not a fan of the changes. So like any 2% of hope that I might have gone to see it just diminished. So I'm just like, nah.
It got nothing to do with the race spinning on this. I just to me that's a child's movie. I'm not
Kid movie.
A child movie.
If my kids were younger,
my boys don't want to see it. And if they do, I'm like, Mama, it's your turn.
Like maybe when it comes on, Disney Plus, because like man, like what did I see the other day? It was Pinocchio, right? The one with Tom Hanks. That shit was garbage, man. Like I am tired of them doing these live action remakes, and they're not good. They're just fucking terrible.
I watched Wednesday on Netflix, and Wednesday is good.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that was good. I didn't see that shit 4 times from beginning to end already.
Yeah,
shit, I was working on that fucking dance, boy. Like shit.
It's that damn werewolf thing. That was an ugly thing. God, I didn't.
You hear this shit about the dancing though?
What?
She did that when she had COVID.
Yeah, she was by herself apparently. Yeah.
No, she wasn't by herself. She was with the cast.
No, but wasn't it like CGI'd? Like
no, she went to work. She was on set. She did the whole scene with COVID.
Damn.
Yeah, she talked about it in an interview. She said that she was feeling sick. They gave her the test, and they told her to do the scene anyway. And then when the test came back, then she was positive.
Man, she damn sure killed it.
But you know those
TikTok trying to do that same dance.
Oh yeah, I've been working on that shit too.
Really, Terrence? Really?
Absolutely, that shit was awesome.
Okay, when you get that, you make sure you upload that.
You make a short of that, Terrence. I want to see that.
I'll send it to you. It ain't gonna be as good as Jenna Ortega, but I'll get it down.
Next one is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The release date is May 5th, 2023. It's expected to make $900 million. I can tell you this: if it's anything like the Christmas special, I don't want to see it.
Stop it! The Christmas special was good.
Oh my goodness!
I like the Christmas show. I thought it was better than Volume 2 overall.
Facts, like 100%.
And like, okay, so the second one made a lot. First one made a lot. The second one made a lot. And because this is like the last one for the main team, and I have a feeling that they're gonna introduce Galactus and all this craziness, I think that it will most likely make more than 900 million. To me, I don't see it making less than 900 million. But then again, if we look at what happened in Phase 4 a lot of the time, that wouldn't surprise me either.
I'm shocked that y'all like that. What's up, Josh Kavari? Thank you for coming by.
Hey, Danny, I'm shocked too. I don't even like Christmas, but I was sitting there like, they made me smile. That's not the easiest thing to do. I was just
you love the Grinch, boy. That's you right there.
The Grinch was cool. I like the Grinch, but
Terrence, you have a cold heart.
They be like, "Yep." They like, "Come and decorate this tree." I'm like, "Can't you decorate it by yourself?" They're like,
Three
"No."
words that best describe Terrence: stink, stank, stunk. That's you.
Hey, like, it's one of those things because I'm like, I don't mind if humans celebrate it, but like, humans act fake on Christmas, Danny. Like, I'm just like,
God. Okay, number 4 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This is coming out on Christmas next year. It's expected to make $880 million, 310 domestic and 570. I can see that.
yeah,
That's
it's
realistic.
Aquaman.
The suit
And it's
kind
gonna
of
be the
tight.
last time he's
That different color
Aquaman,
suit.
and it's gonna be the
Right,
last time he's Aquaman too.
right, and I think they changed it to like for it to come out after the Flash movie, which is kind of weird because like
Mm.
if anything, you should put the Flash movie last because it's supposed to be a racing thing. So that leads me to believe that these mid-credit and end-credit scenes are going to be just crazy, like whatever they're supposed to be.
This article says the Chinese box office is undeniably critical for the success of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. 2018, Aquaman not only earned 1 billion globally, but nearly 300 million of that came from the China release. DC's most recent film, Black Adam, did not release in that market and may ultimately have lessened its chances of turning a profit. The Aquaman franchise, however, does have a higher floor than the likes of The Rock's Black Adam. After a surprising 9-month delay, The Lost Kingdom will now release on Christmas Day of 2023. So
Okay.
it released 4 days before Christmas in 2018. So if it released in China, I think it'll make those numbers.
Oh, absolutely. Like even like the domestic total should be pretty high because the first one came out and did what it did. You had, families watching it, guys, you had the women going, which is not always easy to do to get them to see comic book movies. They're like, oh, that shit is weird. I don't want to see it. But with Aquaman, they was lining up for that shit. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna get at least half of that the second time around. And then if word of mouth is good, then it'll encourage some more humans to go. But I like Jason Momoa. He doesn't look like traditional Aquaman, but I like him.
He's gonna look sick as Lobo though.
Uh,
He will look better as Lobo. He
yeah,
actually looks more like Lobo than Aquaman.
he does. I hear rumors that Silver Surfer is bringing Galactus very soon. Mm,
I
shall
mean,
see.
it would make sense, right? You see Galactus and Danny.
If we
I
see
don't want
Galactus in the end scene credit for Quantumania, then I'll believe that. But until I see some kind of Silver Surfer or something or Galactus, I'm going to hold off on that.
Danny. I don't want to see no fart cloud as Galactus, like in those terrible Fantastic Four movies. Because I saw Arashim in Eternals, and Arashim is big as hell. I don't want to hear nothing about we couldn't make him look like comic book Galactus. I don't want to hear that no more.
Okay. Still haven't seen the holiday special. You haven't missed anything, Dan Line. Don't worry yourself over that.
It was all right. It wasn't
Movie
bad.
aficionado said, "Did you guys watch the Game Awards?" I didn't.
No.
You
No,
know what? Did you, Anzo?
Nah, I could care less about the Game Awards.
I don't even know what that is.
my friends peeped it out. They liked it, like the games and stuff they presented. I saw that Mario clip that they released there, but
Question.
um,
Movie number 5 is The Marvels, and it's saying the release date is July 28th. Predictions make 820 million. 320 will be domestic. 500 million will be international. It says on paper this may come off as a disappointment after the mind-boggling 1.1 billion global box office total by its 2019 predecessor. A fact of Captain Marvel's success that cannot be overlooked is that it was Marvel Studios' release less than 2 months ahead of Avengers Endgame, the biggest film of that past decade. This time, the Marvels will have succeeded on its own in a fairly late July slot, where not much competition is currently set to release in theaters. MCU newcomer director Nia DaCosta could play a major role in making the film fresh and give fans a reason to be excited for the franchise and Brie Larson as Carol Danvers / Cap Marvel. So,
I
you-
think that sounds like a Phase 4 movie. Like if I'm gonna be honest, like I don't know, like I'm gonna watch it because it's Marvel, but I think that Miss Marvel, the character, is gonna be the best character in the movie because Captain Marvel is trash. Monica Rambeau is okay. Like Monica Rambeau might have the best power scale, but I feel like Miss Marvel is gonna have the most personality. And then they're gonna team up and fight somebody, and then yay, and then it's over.
And that's the end
No,
of Carol Danvers, you think?
Hmm?
I don't know.
Wait,
I've,
what was that?
I've never. He was at the end of Carol Danvers, but I said I've never read the Captain Marvel Carol Danvers comic books. I know very little about her.
She is.
What I know about her
Very
is what
good.
I saw in the movie.
Yeah, she is very boring. I just like if you look up boring comic book characters, she will be there. And to be honest, I feel like Miss Marvel is also boring, but I do like Amon Villani. Like that actress is cool because she's actually a fan of the comics.
Yeah.
So she gets all the points in the world for that. Like I can sit down with her and have a conversation. Unlike the rest of those actors, they don't know nothing except for their talking points. Just saying.
You saw that clip where she brought out her comic books,
Mm-hmm.
started
Yep.
talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, once
That's pretty
that
cool.
happened, it made me a fan of her. You know what I mean? Not like who she's playing, but a fan of her. I'm like, she would be part of my clique. Like, we'd be like, okay, comic books, and she come out and have hers and all that stuff. Yeah, she seems really cool.
What are you taking on, Zoe?
Another one I don't give a shit about, to be honest with you. It's Marvel. I'll go see it, but I don't care about Marvels. I don't care about it.
That's funny.
I bet you one thing, Danny. If this movie underperforms, they're gonna be blaming all the men. Just you wait.
Oh
Mhm.
goodness. We have to
Yeah.
wait and see.
Even
Num-
though like I'm gonna be there watching it, I'm a man, but I guess they don't care about me. Whatever.
Number 6 is the Super Mario Brothers movie. Release date is April
Absolutely.
17th, 2023. Domestic is 300. International is 500. Global total prediction is $800 million.
I think I'll make more than that.
Absolutely. 100% is the movie I'm excited to see.
What?
100%. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
oh my God.
For sure.
That's gonna be
Out of all of them on the list, that we have so far, yeah. So far, that's number one. I'm
Due
a
to the
Mario
movie
guy.
theme, Mario is here to save the girl, snag a star, and scorch its way to a massive box office showing. The Super Mario Brothers movie is a pivotal moment in video game
Danny Chris is
history.
backstage.
What's up, Chris?
Ooh, nice Christmas tree.
It says Super Mario Bros. Movie is a pivotal moment in video game history, known for its box office failures and leaving fans to cringe. Recent light hit. I thought Sonic the Hedgehog was on point.
Yes, especially the second movie with Knuckles.
Yeah. Are helping to reinvigorate the Uncharted territory. Now I haven't seen Uncharted. I've seen it on. Is it on maybe HBO Max or something?
Uncharted, the one with Tom Holland, that movie is
Yeah,
awful.
It's on Prime.
yeah,
It's
I've seen it
awful.
on Prime. Among the popular video games IP, the Super Mario Brothers universe stands alone as most iconic universal known characters based on trailer reactions. Fans are excited for this first quarter 2023 release, even if not everyone is buying Chris Pratt's Mario voice. Assuming this is one of the highest earning animated films of 2023, expect this joint production between Nintendo and animation studio Illumination to produce sequels, spin-off, and cross events. So Anzo
The,
said he's excited for it. And this to do a quick recap, Chris, we're doing the 10 most anticipated movies of 2023. And Fast X was number one. Little Mermaid was number two. Guardians of the Galaxy was number three. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, number four. The Marvels, number five. And now we're on Super Mario Brothers, which is number six. Any of those ones you're interested in seeing?
I always like Fast and Furious ones.
You sound
You
very,
sound funny.
yeah, funny.
Sound like you're in a tunnel.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, we're not excited about Mario, Danny.
All right. Does that sound better?
Yeah, it sounds much better.
Okay.
I'll probably go watch it, but I'm not excited about it, Terrence. Go ahead, Chris.
I like the Fast and Furious movies. They're horrible movies. They're totally unbelievable. They get worse and worse each time, but I don't know. I just like them. They're fun to watch. Sometimes just to see how unbelievable they'll get. So I like the Fast and Furious. I'm a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I'm interested to see what they do with this. Possibly Aquaman. I don't know. Man, a lot of the stuff that I'm reading lately, I'm not very hopeful for any of their plans. I'm really not. So we'll see how it goes. And then the Mario Brothers movie, everything I read about it, the fact that Nintendo has been at the helm of this thing, I actually think they're going to figure it out, especially with the way it looks, going with what Sonic did, and Sonic turning it around and actually fixing things when they heard bad things about it. As long as they stay kind of on point to stories that they've told in Mario Brothers games, I think it'll do well. I really do. I heard somebody the other day that say $1 billion. I don't foresee that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Depends. It's a kids movie, right? So if the kids eat it up, then yeah.
Well, I think that the one advantage that it has over the Sonic movies is that
What up, Fatal?
it's all CGI, right?
Yo.
What up, Fatal?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yo.
Hey.
But I'm kind of excited for it. I used to play the games a lot. Animation looks nice. That Mario voice is fucking atrocious.
Like, I know that's just trash.
I haven't heard it yet.
Why did they get Chris Pratt? They could have just got somebody to sound like Mario. This dude is trash.
Right. The voice actor for the game said that he was willing to do it, for the rest of his life, and he did that Yahoo at the end of the trailer. That wasn't Chris Pratt, because the rest of the parts where he's talking, he sounds terrible, and then all of a sudden he sounds perfect at the end. Like if you look up the credits, it says that the Mario voice actor is doing a voice. So I guess they got him to do the moments where he gets his powers and stuff like that. But it's just he's not convincing as Mario. Everybody else sound pretty good, but Mario's going to be the worst in the
Let me tell
movie?
you something. I'm going to tell you something, T. I watch a lot of DC animated films. And those films are like top tier. But every blue moon, they'll have a bad one. And usually the reason why it's bad is because the voice actor is bad. The CGI, the animation, everything could be dope. The story could be dope. But if you have bad voice acting, it brings down the entire animation.
Right. Right. Especially like if it's your main character, like Mario, who should sound the best, but
I wonder who they're gonna get to do Batman now. Since I said that.
But this is the thing. Why did you need Chris Pratt? Mario is the star. You know what I mean?
I think the reason why they got Chris Pratt is because of star power, because humans know his name. So they were thinking, okay, if we get him, put his name on the movie, it'll be fine. But they should have been thinking it's Mario. Mario is already huge.
That's what
you don't
I'm
have
saying.
to add somebody there.
Mario was a star before Chris Pratt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog did big numbers. We don't know who the voice actor of that. Who was the voice actor of Sonic the Hedgehog?
I have no idea.
I would have to look it up. See, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. Sonic is the star, not the voice actor.
Right. And that's what you want. The character is larger than life. Not so much the person voicing them, but that's how a lot of them think in Hollywood. Let's just attach a big name instead of them thinking about what would be best for the character.
Well, sometimes that works because I'm not a gamer like y'all, but did Knuckles sound like Idris Elba in the games?
Who?
No.
Knuckles.
No. But it did work. But I think here's the thing with like Sonic, because the first movie proved to be good, and then there was excitement. It's like if you make another one, it'll probably be better, and you bring in more characters. So that movie already had a lot going for it. But with this Mario movie, it's coming off of that terrible live action one from the 90s. So you got to make sure that it's on point. So why not have Mario be on point?
Yeah, but the one from the 90s, we know that the kids that are gonna go see it now have no idea about that movie.
Oh, absolutely. But it's part of the history. You would think they would, the ones in Hollywood be like, man, we got to do better than this. But let's not make Mario sound like Mario. It's just weird to me that they would make that choice.
Yeah, I just think
personally, I don't care because Mario doesn't talk in any of the games. He has a few words. Hi, this is me, Mario, and all kinds of that. But there's no voice talking whatsoever with Mario. So I don't care what his voice sounds like. Yes, I would prefer the game, but I'll see how it goes when I see the movie before I say, "Oh, this is trash."
If I walk into Hollywood and I play them the interview of the Mario voice actor and I tell them just listen to him talk for 60 seconds and tell me, does Chris Pratt sound like this? The answer is going to be no.
No, and the thing is I just watched a couple of these trailers and even Luigi doesn't sound right. It's like, okay, I mean, okay, so there's a part of this that I might understand partially. So originally you would think that Nintendo, being Japanese, would be very highly stereotypical with their voices and stuff. So they do make them sound like heavily Italian,
right?
And bad Italian. Let's just not even play with that.
Of course.
So maybe they're thinking, let's get some guys. Let's still put the let's go and those things into it.
Right.
When you're talking about a video game, right. When you're talking about a video game, though, and an animated thing, and it's not reality, I think they should have just gotten the original voice actors for Luigi and Mario. It's like, listen, I don't think you'd have to pay him nearly as much, as Chris Pratt. And here's the thing: this goes to something actually I saw that I know that they started doing when Robin Williams did Aladdin. They started realizing that putting a name on something for animation actually did help it. And it's gotten kind of out of hand. This is where this will actually probably end up hurting them because the voice of these characters is so iconic, not just the game. It's that voice, it's me, Mario. Those things.
Right. I'm like, I hear gamers that sound better than Chris Pratt. I'm like, are they kidding me?
And that's what I'm saying. So in this case, this could be we want a name on it, and it may actually harm it.
If they wanted to go with a big name, you have to get the talent with it. Like I'm gonna say, for instance, the guy that played the Claw in Marvel, or the same guy that played Gollum. What's that actor name? He's very talented in voice acting.
Andy Serkis.
What's his name?
Andy Serkis.
He played in the Batman. He played
the King of Motion Capture.
Andy Serkis. If they would have got Andy Serkis would have nailed this, bro, because he take roles serious like that. Those animation roles and voice acting roles, you don't get Chris Pratt, man. He's not talented like that. Now, he is a talented actor, don't get me wrong, but voice acting is another type of realm when it comes to acting.
Thank you. That's what I've been telling humans for years.
Well,
because you're talented in one area don't mean it's going to translate.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. There is a second part to that, though. This is not an original creation. If this was like what was the one with the where the little girl had all the different emotions and stuff. When you do a movie like that, you can put Chris Pratt in it because there's no voice associated with those characters. That's okay. You can do that. Woody from Toy Story. Anybody could have been that voice when that first one came out. Once Tom Hanks was that voice, nobody would accept it. That's why the second Aladdin,
but that wasn't a game, was it?
The second Aladdin that went to VHS was horrible because they didn't get Robin Williams back. Now, yes, the other movies were horrible, but they got Robin Williams back, and it made it a little bit better.
Wait. Toy Story was a game? Like before the first movie?
No.
Not a game. I'm saying before the first movie came out, anybody could have done that voice.
There was
nobody
nothing
had done it.
A reference, right?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But check this out, Chris. Let me just show you the talent behind voice acting. Let me show you. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yes, it was Batman cartoons and Batman shows before Kevin Conroy. But
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy was so talented when it comes to voice acting. When you hear somebody else do Batman in an animation film, what do you think?
But that's my point.
It don't
He
come close.
made the no, wait, here's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Once Kevin Conroy was the main staple of Batman, it's going to be hard to ever fill those shoes. That's what I'm talking about. If it's a character that has nothing to compare it by, say it's like when Patrick Stewart did the shit emoji in the emoji movie. Granted, I never watched it, I just know he did it. Nobody had a voice for the shit emoji. He became it. Now everybody thinks Patrick Stewart when they see the shit emoji. If it was talking, you're gonna hear Patrick Stewart. If there's no point of reference on the animation, you could put anybody in there. You could put Chris Pratt in there. You could put Gilbert Godfrey. You could put or whoever. I mean, anybody that's alive today. You could put anybody in there if there's no point of reference. Mario has a 40-year point of reference attached to it.
Yeah.
And even back in the day, when you first had voice in it in a game that they actually did, and I think it was Mario 64 that they did small animation clips, he sounded a certain way. And since then, he has always sounded that way. So when you
Chris,
put it in a movie and you...
Watch this real quick, Chris. Watch this.
Go ahead.
Let me show you. Mario is powerful too, bro, because think how many memories came off that original NES.
Yeah.
How many memories came off that Super
That's what I'm
Nintendo.
saying. You have a point of reference. When you see Mario, the second he opens his mouth and he's getting ready to say a word, you, in your head, know what Mario sounds like. So when you hear Chris Pratt and he can't do it, or he's not even trying to do it, you're like, oh, so right there, you're going to lose 90% of the adults.
So we also have a point of reference for Optimus Prime. And if you watch the show on Netflix, right? Hold on, let me finish. If you watch the show on Netflix, it's not the original Optimus Prime. And he is good, except for some certain parts where you could really tell, like, it's like, oh, that's horrible, right? Like when he anger, but that's because he's not a good actor.
That's Frank Welker, right? Frank Weller that plays Optimus, right?
No, it's Peter something.
Peter Carolyn.
Right. But when you watch the Netflix one, you don't, oh my God, that's not him. Except for some, like when he's trying to be angry, it's like, nah, that's not working. But when he's just doing Optimus Prime talking and doing the voice, it's okay. There's no problems with it.
So right? I forget because I wasn't like watching it religiously. Like, how does the Optimus Prime voice in the movies compare to the cartoon?
Oh, that's the original actor.
It's the same one.
That's the original actor.
Yeah,
it's the original.
The same guy that plays Optimus in the movies does.
And I'm a huge Optimus Prime fan.
Does the voice?
No wonder it sounds so epic. Yeah. Okay.
Now I agree that it has to at least sound similar, right? The one in the Netflix show sounds a little bit similar, right? But then if you go watch cartoons like Armageddon, War for Cybertron, and all these other ones, they have different voice actors for Optimus Prime in all of them. And some of them are good and some of them are bad, right? So I'm not going to be here and judge it. Maybe we'll still get the, hey, it's me, Mario. Maybe he does some stupid shit and does it in the movie and stuff like that. Right, because at the end of the day, we don't actually hear Mario talk in any of the games. He doesn't have full sentences in any of the games. So maybe when he has his talking voice, you're going to hear a regular talking voice. And then when some bullshit happens, you're going to hear the shit from the game, right? Where he's going to say, hey, it's me, Mario, or something like that. Like he's trying to be a joke. We already know it's going to be a joke, right? Yeah. We already know it's going to be a joke, right? So it's probably going to have some certain jokes and throwbacks to that. So I'm just gonna wait till I see it to judge before I say this is absolute trash. I agree that end of trailers, the voices were like, but I'll wait till I see it.
I feel like that's something Chris Pratt would say. He put his hand on my shoulder, like, look, man, there weren't full sentences with Mario. I smack his hand off like, sir, we know how he sounds like. You didn't even try. Stop.
Right. I'm not saying we don't know how he sounds like, but he never has any full sentences. So we can still get Chris Pratt doing some of those voices in the movie, right? We don't know if he's not going to say that. He may talk normal, but then when he says something like, hey, it's a me, Mario, he may say it like that. I don't know. I do agree they should have had they should have got 100% an Italian dude on there, though.
Right, but he did do that Yahoo! He did that at the end of the trailer. And I think that was the original voice actor.
Every time we do that, he let Alzo, hey, it's me, Mario.
It's me, Mario.
Well, here's the thing. He does, if you catch it in a couple places, like the one that I saw where he's fighting Donkey Kong. He when he bends down to start racing towards Donkey Kong, he does say, "Let's go," and it doesn't sound. It sounds like Chris Pratt. Sounds like Chris Pratt saying, "Let's go," and it does not sound. I mean, because again,
I go back to Chris Pratt got
go back to the stereotypes. I go back to the stereotypes. It is a heavily accented, fake Italian voice. Let's go, and that's how you have to do it, and it's higher than he speaks.
Better when you say fake Italian. Italians that sound like that.
Oh, boy.
It's a me, Mario.
We're going too
Let's go.
You were gonna say something, Fado, though.
Look at the light.
No, I was just saying. I'm just gonna say this, man. I'm gonna let y'all have it, but the movie looks great, man. Besides the voice acting, everything looks pretty dope. But I'm just saying, and I'm an Optimus Prime hardcore fan, so I'm rocking with you on that, Anzo. But Mario has more fans and more memories with people. That's why people gonna be real critical about this movie, bro. I'm telling you.
I believe you 100%, but I don't think that Mario is more iconic than Optimus Prime. I don't think so.
He is, bro.
I don't think so.
He is.
Depends on the generation.
Think about it. This generation right here, the young generation, like the let's say high school on down, they don't really rock with Transformers like that.
Yes, they do. Look at the movies,
bro.
You know what I mean? The movies,
but look at
right?
the games, though. Just look at the gaming is right there up there with Hollywood.
100%. But how big are those? How big are those Mario titles now? They're not as big as they were when we were growing up, right? They're not as big.
That's true.
Transformers is still as big as it was when we were growing up. You could tell by the way the movies are making money, right? So Transformers is still up there. People are
watch
fucking.
This. Let me ask you this though, and you right. I rock, Anzo. You right, and I rock with you on that. But let me ask you this question: What is in kids' houses right now? Is they playing Mario games, or do they have Transformer action figures in their house?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think kids are really playing with toys anymore either. So I would say the games, but what's the last Mario game that came out though? Right? I think there's one for the Switch that came out. I don't know how.
There's like 6 for the Switch.
Is there?
Oh yeah, I got.
Yeah, but
Mario keep popping them out though.
Yeah, I'm talking new though, new games. Yeah. The ones that for the Switch are really.
Mario has so many games, I can't even keep track of all of them.
Yeah, he got
Smash Brothers, Mario Karts. Yeah, right. I'm talking about Mario Brothers, though. Mario. I'm not talking about Smash Brothers. I'm not talking about Mario Kart. I'm talking about.
I got my son right here. Let me ask him. I'm gonna ask my son. Who is more popular, Mario or Optimus Prime?
There's Super Mario Deluxe, Super Mario.
My son said Mario. My son said Mario. He 14. I'm saying Mario. Now, don't get me wrong, Anzo. I like Optimus Prime better.
All right. I'm gonna do a poll on my channel.
I'm an Optimus Prime hardcore fan. I think I'm gonna give me an Optimus Prime poster song.
Do a poll, Chris. I can't do it on this.
No, I'm gonna do one on my channel.
The last one that came out was February 12th of last year. Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury, and I have
for the Switch. Okay.
Yes. No. Yeah, Switch. Yes.
Let me go there right
now.
But
how many new Mario titles came out for the Switch though? That's what I want to know.
But the question, you're talking about Mario Brothers or Mario? Because Mario.
No, I'm talking about Super Mario. I'm talking about Super Mario games, right? Where Super Mario, the 3D world and everything, because those are the ones I'm talking about.
Well, Paper Mario has a new one that was like a couple years ago. Odyssey.
Here we go.
They have golf. They have kart. They have
because every time you drop a Nintendo system, that Mario gonna be that first game.
Yeah, they'll come out with a brand new game. Now, yes, they keep backwards compatibility up too. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff that they've put up there. Like the Switch, I have the Super NES on it, the NES, the 64 one. They
And
have all
also,
back titles on those.
Yeah.
you got to think this too. Females like Mario more than Transformers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to think
Ah.
about the females too.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
You know?
Shoot, I know some females that got some Mario shirts. They don't even play the games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like I said,
Well,
also don't get me
level
wrong.
up.
I'm a prime. Like I got Transformer comic books that I'm about to read again since you said Transformers. That's how
I
much
mean,
I
now,
love
if you
about
ask me who's more badass, it's Optimus Prime to
Yes,
me.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Well-
let's since Fiddle came late, we'll do a recap real quick. And then we're
Oh,
gonna-
let me tell you this, man. Congratulations on your 100. This is your 100 stream, 100 video.
this is
the
the 100th
100th of this
episode.
show.
Stream. Yeah.
Oh, snap. Doing it big, man.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. We're doing the top 10 movies, most anticipated movies of 2023.
Okay.
The first one was
This
Fast
is dope.
X.
I
How
like
you
this.
feel? How you feel about that?
Fast X, I could give a freak. They're gonna be in outer space?
Probably.
No,
I
they're
know.
going to Mars this time. They got to get to Mars. They've already been in space. They got to get to
Oh,
Mars.
that's right. They was in outer space.
Well,
Hey,
actually,
they
no.
don't have
The
lightsabers.
Fast X, it's going to be part one. I mean, they might do. It might be Fast 11. But so in this one, they can actually just go to the moon. They don't have to go all the way to Mars yet.
It's
Okay.
If
expected.
they're going more, they got to go to Mars.
They
They're gonna
said
develop the
Jason Momoa
transporter.
in this joint, so I want to see it.
Yeah.
It comes
They
out
said
May
this is-
19th, and it's predicted to do $1.2 billion worldwide. So,
Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's a big franchise, man.
number 2 is The Little Mermaid.
All right, guys. There's a poll up. No.
All right.
I
Coming
No,
out
I'm
May,
about to do one on
May
my channel. Hold
26th.
on.
It's expected to do $1 billion. What do you think
You
about
think
that?
so? 1 billion?
I'm saying what it's predicted. I ain't saying I predict that.
Fuck
Oh.
that.
I know.
If
I
it
know. I ain't
does-
going to see it.
I think it's gonna do 1 billion because a lot of people gonna hate watch it.
Yeah.
You may be right.
Yeah.
Number 3 was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's predicted.
Oh yeah, I
to do-
definitely. That's gonna be a cold one. I want to see
It's
that.
predicted
It's
to
gonna
be
be the last one.
900 million.
Mm.
That comes out May 5th. Number 4 was the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's predicted to do 888 million.
800 million?
880 million. It
I
comes
believe
out-
so.
It comes out next Christmas.
It's not gonna do 1 billion, but it's gonna do close. 700, 800.
Yeah. The next one was the Marvels.
Wow, 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 wow.
That comes out July 28th.
What's it predicted to make?
820.
Oh,
They're
God.
saying that it has no competition that much. There's no other superhero movie scheduled to come out doing
The
that.
only
time.
reason why I would want to see this movie is because of the black chick. I like her. The one that was in
Monica Rambeau.
One
Monica
Division.
Rambeau.
I mean, she does
Yeah.
look good, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And of course, Super Mario Brothers is
I'm gonna watch that. It's gonna
it's
be
predicted.
dope.
It's coming out April 7th. It's predicted to do 800 million worldwide.
I think that's gonna be like Sonic but bigger. It's gonna be because the nostalgia, you know.
I like Sonic 1 and 2. I don't know if I'm gonna like this better than that, but we will see. Going on to number 7, and that is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I got to see that.
It comes out February the 17th, and it's expected to do $775 million.
I believe it. That's a good number, good range.
To kick off this new year, Hollywood's first blockbuster comes by the way of none other than Marvel Studios and the triumphant return of Paul Rudd, Scott Lang, Ant-Man. Leading the marketing charge is Jonathan Majors Kane, the Conqueror, giving his movie a bigger picture reason to enter the theaters. In 2025, Earth's mightiest heroes will return in Avengers Kang Dynasty, giving Ant-Man 3 the great opportunity to feel more like an event other than a solo movie.
I think Kang is gonna be more colder than Thanos.
You read an article before you got here. He was saying how he wanted to compare to Josh Brolin, but he's gonna have a different type of energy. And we were saying, well, at least I was saying, and I think someone chimed in, maybe agreed, didn't totally agree, but it's just gonna be more like a Groundhog Day where we keep seeing Kang get killed by one pair or one individual superhero, and he jump to another time and he's alive again. I think it's gonna be something like that. I don't know if that's gonna get a bit redundant.
But I was talking to some Marvel experts, and they were telling me, and this one was dope to me. Kang that we see in this movie is not the same Kang that we saw in
No,
the Loki.
No,
So
absolutely not.
we're gonna see different personalities. We're gonna see
Mhm.
different type of violence. It's just gonna be dope to see all these different Kangs in these different movies, bro. And
That's
what they're gonna
exactly
do.
what I said. I said we're
Yeah,
gonna see different Kangs over different movies. It's not gonna
yeah.
be the same Kang in every movie.
That's
And
gonna be
each
fire,
movie,
bro.
it's gonna be a worse Kang until it gets to the Kang Wars or the Kang
Yeah,
Dynasty, and that's where we're gonna get the real badass Kang. That's gonna
yeah.
rival
You
Thanos.
are
King
crazy if
himself
you think
explained that in Loki,
Barry
remember?
is more iconic than Optimus K. Dots.
That's what they think. I'm trying to Google it, but when I'm Googling it, I'm coming up with the game, right? It's not actually giving me
What up, Robert Storms? Appreciate it.
Optimus Prime or versus Mario is giving me the games, right? But
well,
he said
right
Shifty
now,
said Nintendo is so big. Just remember, Nintendo has lost it's the third platform right now.
Mhm.
PlayStation, Xbox, and then Nintendo. Nintendo Switch is the last out of all of them. Just remember that Nintendo is not as big as it used to be. People are using their PlayStation. People are using their Xbox.
There it comes from the gamer who got every damn gaming system probably on demand. So
That's true.
I
But let me
don't
tell
know.
you something, Anzo. Let me tell you something. When you do the top 5 iconic gaming characters of all time,
Yeah,
Mario's
Mario's there
gonna
for
be
sure.
number 1 on that list, bro.
100%.
wait. Hold on. I'm gonna see here.
Booty.
What
Who the hell is booty?
Yeah,
I know, but I kind of agree with Tony, man.
I have to agree too. I agree with him too.
All right, hold on. So the Nintendo Switch currently has sold 114.33 million units. The
Right.
PlayStation 5 has only sold 25.
Because they don't have them. That's why you can barely get a PlayStation 5. You can
Well, hold
barely
on.
get
The
an
X,
Xbox. But go
yeah, but
back
that's
to
the thing.
because the
Nintendo.
Switch,
The reason why Nintendo
hold
has
on.
always been. Yeah.
The Switch came out before the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. So you have to compare it to the generation before. Because it
Even
came
then,
out in
PlayStation.
the
Okay,
Xbox generation.
even then, it's they're pretty. Let's see here. Xbox.
There's no way it sold more than Xbox Series X or PlayStation 4. There's no way.
Well, the Series X is the newest one. I'm looking for the Xbox. The Xbox.
Xbox One X. Sorry, Xbox
Yeah, hold
One
on.
X.
That's what I'm looking for.
Expose right here. Expose.
Danny, I just did a poll, man. You want me to tell you where it's at so far?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I asked the humans who's more popular, Mario or Optimus Prime. So far, 13 humans have voted, and 77% of the votes are for Mario. 23% is for Optimus Prime.
Okay,
your
so
people are
Xbox
drunk.
One was released in 2013. It only sold 51 to 58.5 million is what it says. PlayStation 4 was released in 2013. It sold 117.2. Nintendo Switch is 2017, and it's sold 114. So not by that much. That's the thing. And Nintendo has consistently put out new games and is more willing to bring in old titles to their new consoles and give them a fresh listen. Almost every Zelda game has been remastered and well done at that. When Xbox brings stuff out or PlayStation brings stuff out, they forget about the old stuff. It's hard to do backwards compatibility. It's not. Nintendo has always been user friendly, and they release and yes, I'm not saying their titles are great, but they release like probably 10 to 1 on titles at least compared to Xbox and PlayStation.
So I
And
have
also
right here.
remember that.
Hold on, Donnie, share my screen.
Share the screen.
Yeah, I'm bringing it.
Danny,
Hold
was
on.
that the only movies?
No, we got about 3 more.
Oh, okay.
Dang, Mario versus Optimus Prime is a big one,
So-
boy.
So the Nintendo Switch is this line here. This is Xbox, and this is PlayStation.
Well, then your numbers are wrong because I'm looking at the actual reported sales.
Which one is
Of
the
course, my numbers are wrong. Switch
I'm just
versus
saying,
PlayStation versus Xbox global lifetime sales, and this is from January 2021.
Which one is the brand?
So supposedly the Nintendo Switch has surpassed the Xbox, but it did not beat the PlayStation 4. And the PlayStation 4 was the best seller of that generation, hands down.
All right,
Hands
let's
down.
go on to the next one. Movie number 8, Transformers: Rise of the Beast. This is one that I'm most ready to see. It comes out June the 9th, 2023. Domestic is $250. International is $450. A grand total of $700 million worldwide. I am ready to see it.
I don't know how I should feel about that, but I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey, if you Beast Wars fan, man, you gonna like it.
I'm a Beast Wars fan, but Bumblebee, their first 10 minutes, they should have made a Cybertron movie.
I agree with that.
Bro, why is we going back to Earth again?
100%. I agree with what you're saying, but if you look at Optimus Primal, that sucker looks real. He looks like he did on the show. So
I personally don't mind them being on Earth. The problem is we're going to get the same shit that happened in Bumblebee, which happened in all the Transformers, is where the humans take center stage. That is going to be the problem with this movie. Everything else looks like it's going to be fire. But even from what I'm hearing, you know what I mean, from the story and telling, it's going to be centered around that Spanish dude.
So what if it's not though, Anzo? Like, do you feel like it'll be great if it's not?
If it's not, 100%. If the Transformers are front and center, then yes, you can have the humans in there, no problem, because they had them in the cartoon. But the Transformers were front and center. But if they
because the humans slow it down in these movies, bro.
They do.
Facts. If they don't do that, it's just gonna be the same old Bumblebee. The first, like Fatal said, yo, I watched after the Transformer Michael Bay one, the last night, I was like, I am not going to see any more Transformer movies in the theater. I didn't see that one, and I was happy. So when Bumblebee came out, I was like, yo, let me check this out. And I watched it online on Onzo Vision, and the quality was garbage. The minute I seen that first 10 minutes, I went to the theater to see it the next day. I was like, I got to see this in theater. And I saw their voices, their look, everything was on point. And I said, this is the fucking movie they need to give us.
The Cybertron.
That's what they need to give us.
And bro, I don't know if they scared to do a full just CGI Cybertron movie, but they need to get that popping. I'm seeing the goofy humans. I'm tired of the same plot.
I'm tired of them too.
Bro, every single Transformer movie is the same plot.
Facts,
yep,
100%.
Humans getting in the way. I'm like, I'm here to see the machines, man. Get them humans out of here.
Yeah,
100%. So if they fuck it up, I'm gonna be pissed off because I seen the trailer and I showed it to Danny. I was like, "Yo, this shit looks legit.
That
Prime
trailer
looks good.
Was amazing.
It was amazing. Prime looks good,
yeah,
bro.
But okay, I can see on Earth now. We can see the gorilla and they saw T-Tor and we saw Air Razor and we saw Rhinox.
T-Tor was dope.
But
wasn't it supposed to be like a rat one?
If they do maximum,
it was a rat one, bro. It was
rat
a rat
trap.
Okay, yeah. I thought
so. If they do the maximals, all them suckers is prehistoric. So where the hell is damn Megatron was a T-Rex?
They just didn't show them. But
where's the damn pterodactyl and all that other shit?
Right, but what I'm hearing
in the next trailer, yeah,
they may. But what I'm hearing is the bad guy is Scourge, right? So if you remember from the Transformer movie,
the one that was kill the other Transformers,
the one that. No, Scourge was in the Transformer movie. He was the one that looked. I'm trying to figure. He looked like I'm kind of explaining. He looked like the land speeder from Star Wars, right? He had that kind of a shape. That is Scourge.
He was like the hunter, right? He was hunting all of the.
No, that was Cyclonus. I think Cyclonus was the hunter, but he was under Cyclonus, right? So Cyclonus, and then he had his minions, and Scourge was one of the minions. Scourge is supposed to be the bad guy in this one. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I guarantee you, if they have Optimus Primal, they're going to have the Megatron dinosaur.
I'm telling you, that battle sequence is going to be epic. I don't know how long it is, be a flashback, present day, 10 minutes. If we get 10 minutes of them fighting, that's going to be amazing.
Scourge was made by Unicron.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense. They have them
maybe they're introducing Unicron.
They're used. It's different, right? Of course, it's not the same as movie, but yes, from what I'm hearing, there may be some references to Unicron in this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing. When they're talking about the threat that's coming, that nobody, like one of the threats you've never dealt with, I believe that's Unicron. Mm-hmm. I believe they're talking about Unicron.
So they might go that route where they're trying to reset the movie with this one, right?
They do some serious cherry picking. They do all that.
But if they
Bumblebee already reset it,
exactly. But they're not going that exactly. So you got Unicron, then you can have the Quinticons, which were the ones that created the Transformers.
But this must be right after Bumblebee, because they show Bumblebee in the trailer and he's still the old Camaro. He's not.
Yeah, this is after Bumblebee. Those Michael Bay ones, now it's a soft reboot, right? These ones are a soft reboot from the Michael Bay ones. So I don't know if they're going to take anything from that. I believe it's going to be new going forward. I believe Bumblebee was the first reboot, and then we're supposed to get a trilogy of these movies, which I believe is going to lead up to Unicron.
Hold that thought right there. Chris, got to run real quick. Chris, what was the poll?
It's 56% for Mario, 43 for Optimus. So I mean, I think it's pretty close, but yeah. Anyways, I gotta run, guys. I'm still in the middle of a bunch of stuff, so make sure if you can, Danny, to tell everybody how we're going to be switching things up first of the year.
I will before we go off.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Chris. Yeah.
Merry Christmas to all you guys. If I don't talk to you,
a bunch of gifts, Chris. Yep.
And a happy new year.
Yes, that's right.
So Shifty said they don't want to use the G1 designs, but they use them. What are you talking about? They use them in Bumblebee.
Guys.
Wait. So
G1 designs in Bumblebee, all of them.
So you a big fan
Bumblebee?
Of
yes, they did.
You're a big fan of Transformers, on.
Oh yeah, I was watching Beast Wars just the other day. I watched every season of the Beast Wars just the other day.
So my thing is, like, when I was watching it, I felt, it was epic, and I felt like I wanted to fight by the time the trailer was done. Did you get that feeling?
Not that I wanted to fight. No, but
I was just really happy how they did Optimus Maximal, the gorilla. It ain't Optimus Prime, it's Optimus Prime.
Okay, see, that's what threw me off, Danny, because in the cartoon, that's Optimus Prime as the gorilla.
No, the gorilla is
Optimus Primal.
Primal.
But that was still Optimus Prime, though, right?
He was a Prime.
No, it was a descendant.
A different version of him.
Okay, see, that's always threw me out, because I remember watching them joints when I was in elementary.
See what happened? They were on Cybertron, then they went through some kind of time vortex.
I remember that, and they went back in time.
Right, but they were
whatever animal they interacted with, that's what they turned into.
They were descendants of the original G1 Transformers,
and they had to reserve their energy. They had to go back to being animals. Get their
energy. They stay in robot form. They get what they call it, some kind of lock.
Because Earth had
the energon was too strong for them.
Too much energon, so they had to change back into the animal forms more often. But if you watch the Beast Wars, they get to a situation where they find the Ark, and Optimus Prime and Megatron and all the Autobots are there, and the Megatron from the Beast Wars kills Optimus Prime.
See, that's what threw me out too, because I thought that T-Rex was Megatron.
Wait. So are they supposed to be there at the same time, though? Is it like that in the cartoons?
No, in the Ark, like Anzo said, they're like frozen or whatever. But then they merge each other. Like Optimus Prime, he merged his spark with the old spark with the old Optimus Prime. Megatron did the same,
save his life, yeah.
And then it changed to something even crazy, because at the end, Megatron became like a dragon. I mean, like an all-powerful dragon.
Yeah.
And then Optimus became some kind of big version of himself. Had big-ass feet and all kind of shit, and turned to a jet, like a triple changer.
Them animations is dope, man. Them Transform animation, and don't even get me started on the movie, man.
Now I don't like Beast Machines. It dropped down because
I've never seen Beast Machines.
Beast Machines came after Beast Wars. It was a tremendous drop down to me.
Well, Beast Machines is the end of the Beast Wars cycle.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't have an issue with Beast Machines. I watched that one too. The only issue I had after watching it again, it was really like Optimus Prime went on this kind of like spiritual journey and all kinds of things. And I was like, but some of the things they did in it were cool though.
They could even transform. They had to transform certain different ways. It was kind of crazy, but anyway.
What are you talking about, Shifty? The new Transformers, Optimus Prime's original G1 form. You see him driving in
G1.
the truck. He's in his G1 form.
That's
what are you talking
G1.
about?
That's definitely G1.
Yes, it's the G1 truck driving around there. That's G1.
Yeah. It's that squirrel truck. It ain't that crazy rounded
Right.
KW
I didn't know the names. I didn't know the names like that. G1, S1. I just knew they was like the old.
Oh yeah, T. It gets deep. It gets deep, bro.
There's G1. There's anime Transformers. There's all kinds of it.
Remember the headmasters? Like they would. Man, I love.
Man, they got headmasters. And they got some fancy titles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, headmasters were humans that were in biosuits, and they could transform into the heads of the
robots. Or they could make like guns too.
They cheating. No.
All right, number 9.
From, the old like Golden Axe and stuff like that. That idea.
Yeah.
And
Number
the primes are considered as kings or leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, they get the
primes.
Chip. Number 9 is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yeah, I'm a Tom Cruise fan, so I'll definitely probably check it out.
Say that again, Danny. What movie was that?
It is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Part that's 1. Gonna be fire. Your Tom Cruise is not stopping. Top Gun was clearly the best movie of this year, bro.
I agree.
That he what? Danny, tell me what's better.
I'm trying.
What's better than Maverick?
Did nothing hit harder than Maverick.
Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man, No Way Home. They're both better. They were both.
No Way Home, yeah.
But,
No Way Home they dropped this year.
But Maverick.
When was No Way Home? What year? What year was No Way Home?
That was last year.
Dropped this year.
That was last year.
Yeah, no.
Same year as
I'm
Maverick.
talking about this year.
No.
Wait.
No, it was the same year as Maverick.
No, Maverick came out in the summer.
Maverick came out this year. No Way Home came out.
Wait, they came
out the same. Hold on.
I think
I'll look it up. I think they came out the same year. They came out the same year.
I thought Maverick came out.
Multiverse of Madness came out like last December.
No Way Home. It came out last December. I remember that.
Yeah, No Way Home.
March. No Way Home came out last year. March.
It came out last year.
Yeah. So, but this year though, Maverick is the most impressive film because it surprised everybody. Tom Cruise is flexing.
I thought that too. I was like, okay, this is gonna be generic. It's gonna be a sequel. Bro, I walked out and it was better than the original. To me.
Fatal, I'm not even a Top Gun fan like that. I took a minute to go and see it, but boy, when I went to see that in IMAX, I was in the fighter plane with him, handling business.
Bro, I went to go see that with my homeboy. That scene, that last battle, bro, my heart was popping like I was in the cockpit. I was scared and nervous.
That movie was good though. Top Gun Maverick. No,
bro, I'll start.
No Way Home came out in 2021, but it came out December 2021. You know what I mean? And then, like,
I love No Way Home. To me, No Way Home is the best thing in Phase 4. To me,
100%.
Absolutely.
It's just that with No Way Home, I expected it to be good, even though there were some surprises. With Top Gun Maverick, I was like, wait, ain't this a sequel to a movie that came out in 86? I was like, I'll watch that eventually. But then when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, this movie is flames.
Bro, it broke history.
Yeah.
This movie came out in the 80s. It came out in the 80s. A movie that dropped in 2022 and was fired over the first movie. That ain't never happened. That ain't never happened.
One of my favorite scenes.
Bro, it's better.
It's up there. One of my favorite scenes in that movie isn't even a fight scene. in that movie. It's the scene where they're all in the room and they're talking about, okay, we're gonna give you 2.5 minutes, and then you see Tom Cruise plane comes in and he does this shit. That is my favorite fucking part in the whole movie, bro.
That was like, good. That was good. Yep,
lit, man. This shit is lit.
Bro, with that final fight scene, bro, I was looking around like,
and
bro, I'm low
he shoots the missile at the plane.
Yep.
When he shoots the missile at the plane and the plane does that little fucking flip and goes by him and he's like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, that shit is lit. That is lit.
I'm low-key sweating, heart pumping, like I'm flying the jet.
It was filmed so well.
I was moving in my seat like I was out maneuvering the other style. Like, man.
Yeah, the movie was good. The movie was really good.
That movie was fire.
I enjoyed it.
I'm asking
you want to be a pilot.
Better.
Bro, I couldn't be a pilot because the way I'm nervous. The way I was nervous in the theater.
Hell to the fucking no. Hold on. Cut. Danny, I know you did that just to trigger me. We will not talk about that fucking blasphemy bullshit ass Batman movie, okay? That movie is not even close to fucking Top Gun Maverick.
Daddy, did you really just say Batman?
Hey, look, man, I love the Batman, but I'm telling you right now, Top Gun Maverick was an experience. Like the fact that I felt like I was up there with him flying, it's hard to make a movie like that, especially when you don't expect it.
Fredo, I know Anzo don't like the movie.
His team to die. You didn't want nobody on the team. See, in that Batman movie, I didn't care who died because I just didn't care.
I was grabbing my friends and stuff by their shirt. I'm like, "Yep, y'all hang on." They was like, "Yep, T, you going crazy?" I'm like, "It's the movie film." Yep.
Terrence was looking for the freaking parachute underneath the feeder seat.
And there goes Shifty with his bullshit in the chat. Low key is tons better than No Way Home.
He's just trying to fish it out, man.
Man, I like Tom Hiddleston, but nah.
Danny, what was you saying though? What was you about to say?
I just said that because I know it was gonna set Anzo off about Batman. He never liked Batman.
Bro, me and Anzo were talking about it. I fell asleep in the theater watching that joint. Like literally,
I went twice. My grandson, I took my grandson because he loved it. I said, I don't think you're gonna like this one, bro. It ain't what you think it is.
You don't think you're gonna like this one?
Shoot, about 45 minutes into the movie, he's like, Grandpa, can we go? I said, no.
My son fell asleep in the movie too, man. Right? I said we're gonna go watch Batman because I watched it online and stuff. I said, you know, we're gonna go see it in the theaters and blah blah blah. Son said, cool. His friend said he wanted to go. His friend was like, yeah, I thought it was so good. I want to see it in the theaters too. So his friend came. So by the time it got close to the end of the movie, I turned and looked at my kid, and he was like, "Oh, what's happening? What?" And I said, "You sleeping, bro?" He was like, "Oh, I think I dozed off."
We had different experiences. I wanted to save my city after I saw the Batman.
Man, I'm telling you, man. My favorite part, man, when that sub was in that subway, all you can hear was them boots.
Yeah, him walking up, man.
He did nothing for me, bro. I'm telling you,
me neither.
The only time I woke up is during that car chasing scene. Now I'm not gonna lie, that was the most dope scene I ever seen.
That was amazing. You know, I like that.
I didn't even like the car fucking scene. I didn't even like the car scene, but because they kept showing it from the side view fucking mirror. I'm like, I don't want to see the side view mirror, the fucking car chasing him. Let's see his full car. They kept showing the side view. They kept showing the inside of the car, and they showed the side view mirror. And I was like, what is this trash?
Y'all so damn critical. Damn.
What is this trash? What happened?
I liked the Batmobile. But I just didn't like the chase scene. I didn't like the way it was shot. I did not like the way it was shot at all.
Batmobile.
I thought it was wicked, but I just didn't like the way it was shot at all.
I ain't good at his opinion on this. Fredo, what do you think about Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever?
I enjoyed it, but I can understand why people don't like it. I understand why some people don't rock with it. It was hard to pull off a movie that didn't have T'Challa in it. I'm interested to see what they're going to do on this third movie, and I'm also interested in what this movie is doing in the box office. Is it close to doing $1 billion?
No, it is not.
No,
It
it's
is
that.
struggling to
It's
make
that.
it's struggling to make 800 million. I'm like, you mean to tell me
But
that
it
this movie
passed
can't
Thor:
beat
Love and
Thor
Thunder, though.
Ragnarok? It
Yeah.
did,
It did.
but Thor Ragnarok is
passed it.
over 800 million. This movie's struggling. You know, Avatar 2 about to come out. It's done. It's done.
Yeah, it's over. And
Yeah.
they gonna have
Yeah.
to, bro.
If
They
this
gonna have
movie-
to. They gonna have to recast T'Challa, bro.
Mhm.
All that crap
They
with his
are.
son.
They
His
are going to
son.
recast him.
They are.
They have
I
to, bro.
don't think so, man. Like,
They have to.
His son is going to take up the mantle of it, and the same stories they play.
No, bro.
no,
Dan,
man.
It's
That's
not gonna
not
be
what
his
we
son.
talking
They said
about.
it's not
man.
gonna be him.
It can't be his son, bro. It
Nah,
got to be.
hell,
It
nah.
got to be the original OG T'Challa, bro. It has to be.
Right.
Or this
I would back
franchise is
in
gonna
somebody
die.
after a Fatal. That'd be like somebody like, yo, T, man, you about to get this Superman, and it's Jonathan Kent. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't ask you for his son. I want Kal-El Superman.
Yeah.
Why are you playing games?
Yeah, it won't do good, bro, if it's his son as the child, as the Black Panther mantle. It's just not gonna work, bro.
There was an interview, I think, with the actor from M'Baku who actually said that T'Challa is coming back, and it's not going to be the son.
It makes sense because
Yeah,
guess
but
what you got
doesn't know
coming
shit.
up?
He's an
You got
actor.
Secret Wars coming up. You got Secret Wars coming up, so you can pull that off.
Yo,
Exactly.
Fatal.
Like, unless it comes from the director, like all these actors saying, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be a T'Challa," but it's not. Like you don't know what Brian Coogler is gonna do. It could change from now by the time the movie gets to be made, right?
100%.
So here's my thing. Go ahead, Terrence.
No, I was gonna say the setup is there. The multiverse, variants, incursions, it's all there for you to do it. Just saying.
But what's going to happen with that? If they do that, then a lot of people are going to say, "Then why the hell do we get this movie then? Why didn't they wait to do?"
And that is why, Guy Scar, when I say, don't make these silly decisions, because then you're gonna have to backtrack like they did with the Mandarin. It's like, stop doing that.
And I don't think they're gonna backtrack. I think we're gonna get T'Challa Jr. is gonna grow up. He's gonna be the Black Panther, and the only difference that's gonna be between him and the one in the comics is that the parents are gonna be different. That's the only thing that's gonna be different. That's the only thing.
Only way
they
that
still
could
do
work.
everything. They could still do everything what they were going to do with T'Challa in the comics or whatever they could do with the son. The only thing that will be different is that the Chadwick Boseman will be the father.
I don't know if I can handle that heart attack. I've already had enough of those, like this past phase, man. Like,
but also, check this out. That just ain't gonna work, and I'm just gonna tell you why. That's like Peter Parker Spider-Man. Peter Parker had a son and named his son Peter Parker.
Right.
You mean to tell me that's gonna hit hard? Just like the original Peter Parker.
But you see, the thing is, at the end of the day, right? We're comic book fans. We are gonna see that. Normies aren't gonna care. That's the problem.
I don't
Normies
know.
aren't gonna care.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you
Normies
why.
aren't gonna care.
But I'm gonna tell you, Anzo, just from a black audience, just the regular black audience who came out and supported Black Panther and made it hit $1 billion. They knew something wasn't right with this one because it ain't hit $1 billion
Right.
yet.
But when we get 3 or 4, whatever, and they show, hey, look, there's a new T'Challa because his name is T'Challa and he's the Black Panther. People are going to flock to it the same way. The normies, the only people that are going to complain are us, comic book fans, the ones that are this and that. I don't complain it. I don't care.
Be confused. They gonna be like, wait a minute, I thought he died.
But okay, also,
because they're going to know it's his son.
Also, I will give you this: if they do that, they're gonna have to come through hardcore with the casting, bro. It's gonna have to be an A-list star.
Listen. I watched The Woman King, and I am convinced that John Boyega could pull it off.
Did you see John Boyega what he said today?
No.
With Shuri, the actor Shuri, he said he wanted to get with her and make something big.
John Boyega could pull it off.
If you get John Boyega as T'Challa Jr., I can
He could
take
pull
that.
it off.
Don't you think he has that baggage from them terrible Star Wars movies?
But he's
That was
a
Nah,
superior. But
nah.
he's a
Look,
superior actor, bro. Those movies didn't do him justice acting wise. I have seen the joints with him, cold actor, bro.
let,
He
let
can
me
pull it
let
off.
me let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Fatal. I don't care who they put in the role. If they don't have the right kind of script, it won't mean a goddamn thing.
That's
I'm telling
true.
you now.
Well, that's it. And you see, that's exactly my point, right? Because people are like, oh, should have recast T'Challa. But if they didn't put the same script in place, it would have still been like, okay, yeah, they recast T'Challa, but the movie's garbage, right?
Watch this, though, Hanzo.
They had to have recast him and had a banging script. And from what I hear from the script is that the kid was still supposed to be in there. The
Watch
T'Challa
this,
kid was
Hanzo.
supposed to still be in
But
there.
watch
Yeah.
this, Hanzo. This is the truth right here too. A lot of people didn't know this. The original Black Panther 2 script that was supposed to come out, even with Chadwick Boseman was still alive, he was going to give the mantle to Shuri.
Right, and
Oh,
that's,
you
and
see, I
that's
didn't.
dumb
You
as
see,
hell. And that's dumb.
you see, I didn't know.
dumb as
I didn't know
hell.
that.
Too soon.
Yeah.
I
It's a
didn't know that,
double-edged
but I
sword
do.
though, because if they go off what the comic book says, then people complaining. If they stick to the story, because in the story, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but I'm just going to spit the facts. Shuri was the Black Panther at one time.
Yeah, she was.
In the
It
comics,
was
right?
Killmonger.
It was a, but see what they don't tell you is that it was temporary and it was a plot point. If I'm not mistaken, T'Challa is in hundreds of Black Panther comic books.
I'm not
He is
doubting
the
that,
definitive Black Panther.
I'm not doubting that,
but who's
just
to
because
say it wouldn't have been temporary in the MCU either?
To me,
right now it looks like it's temporary because
Exactly.
They
I'm
killed off
done
the
with
whole
it.
family. They didn't killed off T'Chaka. They killed off T'Challa. They killed off his mom. I was just like, y'all not making no sense anymore.
And now
his mom
M'Baku is king of Wakanda.
Well, is his mom? Well, M'Baku was king in the comic as well, right? So that's comic book accurate. Now, was T'Challa's father alive in the comics? He died too. I don't know about the queen though. Did the queen die in the comics?
I don't know. I don't think the queen died
books,
that fast. I think she died later, but I could be wrong.
But she died though, right? So that's accurate as well.
But here's the thing though, it's too fast. Like it would be different if we had like 4 of these movies. To me, you do not bring in Shuri without giving T'Challa a trilogy. You don't do that any more than you would bring in Ironheart before you give Iron Man a trilogy. It don't make no sense.
I agree.
T'Challa
should at least. T'Challa deserves a trilogy movie, bro.
And we would have probably got that if Chadwick Boseman didn't die.
And we still should get that, even though my boy then died, R.I.P. But it's just the character is so important and iconic to so many around the world. It don't even matter if they black. So many love him that to me it was the biggest slap for you to go. Not only is he dead, but it was similar to how he died in real life. That was the most uncomfortable that I have ever been in a comic book movie. It was ridiculous.
Watch this, T. Watch this though. Okay, this was a slap to the face of the people who wanted to recast T'Challa. When the actor Thunderbolt Patterson, that was in. Remember him? That was in the Hulk movies.
Again.
Nobody cares about that.
Right, we can't compare Thunderbolt, who's been in an average of like 30 minutes in all the movies he's been in.
Anzo, you proving my point though. But Anzo, you proving my point. You proving my point. Watch this. Yes, nobody cares about a filler character like Thunderbolt, but at the same time, people care about.
Right, and as I mentioned before, you got to understand these guys. When Thunderbolt comes in to do his roles, he does a scene and then he bounces, right? Chadwick Boseman had so much fucking time on set and created a bond with a lot of these guys, these actors, right? It's a totally different situation, right? They probably didn't know the guy, what's his name? Guy to play Thunderbolt, what's his name?
Hold on.
In real life?
I can't remember.
Harrison Ford.
Anyways.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's escaping.
Hurt, right?
William Hurt.
Right. Right. So he comes in, he does like fucking 30 minutes of shooting, and then he's gone. In every movie he's in, he has like one scene. It's not like we had a whole fucking like movie with Thunderbolt. You gotta understand, T'Challa was in Endgame, so he's filming 30 days out of the week. He's in Infinity War. He's filming 30 days of the week. He's in fucking Black Panther, where he's filming. So his connection to the people that are creating the movies are a lot stronger than they were than Thunderbolt Ross. So to be
but you know what's funny though? The MCU got a whole history of recasting people fast, going all the way back to Phase One. But then when it gets to T'Challa, they like, nope, never mind. We
but
good.
how many of the people that they recasted died? That's the difference.
Okay.
Yes, they recasted, but how many of them
remember
died?
when Heath Ledger? I remember when Heath Ledger died. Right. One of the best performances I've seen. Just go way beyond comic book movies. His Joker, he died, right? And then you had humans like, no, we can never do the Joker. Oh, who's gonna do the Joker? You can't do it good again. Fast forward, Joaquin Phoenix. If they would have put the character on the shelf, we wouldn't have gotten that great performance.
Here's a difference now. We're talking about a totally different universe, so they're gonna recast that, no problem, because we've got different Batmans. But when he died, he was supposed to be in the third one. They cut him out. They didn't recast him or anything. They didn't even put him in the movie.
Yeah,
so
they went with
when
Bang.
somebody right. So it's different when somebody dies.
You know what I find interesting is that these individuals at these studios, they always find these cheap scapegoats. Like, this is why we're not going to do it. Because if you compare it to this, I'm like, just recast the fucking character. Stop playing this game.
Yeah, because bro, look at this. Look how many times they killed T'Challa, bro.
Right.
Okay.
They killed the black man so many times.
They killed him in his own solo movie.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him in Infinity War. And they killed him again in his own movie.
Right.
Bro, that's too much.
I give you that. I give you that. But again, I give you that. But again, they did not know he was going to die when they did Infinity War.
I would have gave them more respect.
He was gonna die when they did Black
They
Panther.
didn't know, but they never had faith in him. I don't care what they say. They capped when that movie came out. They wasn't expecting Black Panther to make no money.
Of course not. I agree.
I can solve this all if they would have gave me the script and say, Fatal J, we don't know what to do. We don't know whether to kill him, bring him back. I got this, man. Don't worry. I can make everybody happy. Comic book fans happy. We drop Wakanda Forever. The timeline takes place during the blip in Infinity War. Remember between Infinity War? Remember between Infinity War and Endgame, how many years was it? It was 5 years. Okay. You have T'Challa in the blip. 5 years. They don't know where T'Challa at, where he went. Did he die? We don't know. But we know this army is coming to take over this country. We got to fight. We got to do whatever we need to do to fight and pull it together. Okay, go through all that bull crap. Then at the very end, have T'Challa come back. You could have even CGI his face on the Black Panther body and keep it moving.
I will trust you with a script before them clowns at Disney. I'm telling you, they trying to run this into the ground, man. It's sad.
They could have did that. I can see them doing that. They could have did that. But again, at the end of the day, I'm like, they did what they thought was right. I had no problems with Wakanda Forever. I'm not gonna be sitting there boycott the movie because they didn't recast T'Challa. At the end of the day, you're gonna get a T'Challa, whether it's son T'Challa or whatever. You're gonna get one, right? We're gonna have that Black Panther. We're gonna have that black man that you can stand up to, who's righteous. They can even, because now when they bring in the X-Men, they can even have him marry Storm. They could do all of that.
Oh so man, I'm not worried about it. Oh my God, that's gonna be weird. If they had the son marry Storm, oh my God, you know, look. Even though I enjoyed most of Wakanda Forever, when Shuri fought Namor, I was like, that should have been T'Challa. Like, I'm done.
It was a figure of speech, eyes only. It was a figure of speech,
bro. You can even do this, okay? Black Panther was introduced to the world through Fantastic Four. That was his first appearance.
And he whooped their ass too.
Yeah, have the Fantastic Four, have Reed make some kind of machine, a multiverse machine, have T'Challa come through that mug, another alternate version, a variant, because we got variants now. So you're going to have a variant of T'Challa come through.
Listen, like I've said on, I think it was on Chill Stream, like I said, You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't.
That's
no matter
true.
what they,
That's
no
true.
matter what they would have done, there
Yep.
would have been complaints. There would have been people comparing the new recast to Chadwick Boseman. Oh, he's not as good. Oh, he's not this. Oh, why did they do that? It would have been the same fucking
That's
thing
true.
either
The best
way.
thing that you can do to counteract that kind of stuff is present a good script. That's how
Yep.
you win humans over. You
Yep.
can't win them over.
You could
But
present
it
a good
don't
script,
matter.
but if the actor is
that-
not doing good, it doesn't matter what script
And that's
you have.
subjective. I'm
I'm
pretty
just
sure.
saying,
I'm
like,
pretty sure Ryan
obviously,
Coogler thought his script was good. But a lot of
obviously
people don't
you,
think it.
but obviously, as I mentioned many times before, it has to be coupled with everything. You got to have a good script, you got to have a great director, and the acting has to be on point. If you are firing
Exactly.
on all cylinders, you can win a lot of humans over. You can't get
100%.
everybody, and you shouldn't even try to make most humans happy. But you can
100%.
counteract the silliness.
That movie
by
had 2 out of
avoiding
3,
these traps.
Terrence, but still people are hating it. There are YouTubers that are boycotting it. In one breath, they'll say something about the black man this, and they're killing the black man, they're doing this, and this, and I hope that the movie flops and does this kind of stuff. And in the next breath, how can you say all that and then the movie is made by a black producer?
Facts.
90% of the people are black actors.
Facts.
It's a black movie. There's not any kind of crack, any kind of horn. It's an intelligent
Facts.
black
And that's
people,
what I said.
strong and rich, but you're gonna flop it. You're gonna
Facts.
make. You hope that it flops.
That's
and
what
you
I
hope
told
that
Mark.
that's
I
fact.
said this movie looks good for the culture because our women in the movie, they were beautiful. Everybody
Facts.
was upstanding people. You had a beautiful kingdom. Everybody was royalty. Everybody was united together. That's cool.
Not
But
having
this
a
movie,
Black Panther for most of the movie was a mistake. I don't like that part. So there's a lot of things creatively that I would have did different, obviously, but I don't hate the movie. I just think that a lot of the criticisms of it could have been avoided if you would have made certain creative decisions, and the creative decisions are obvious.
But
I'm
Yeah,
not.
they should
I'm
have
not
a
doubting what
white
you
wolf.
said at all.
those
at all.
criticisms
blip.
would have added to different ones.
it should have been the blip.
You mean
The blip. I'm telling you.
It,
I
sh-
mean,
it should have been anything but what we got. How about that?
I like your idea, Fado. I'm not gonna lie. It could have been
The
between
blip would have
or
worked,
whatever.
bro. I'm
And
telling you.
And they could have waited. They could have waited, and then another like 5 years, because who knows when Black Panther 3 is gonna come out. Then they could have recast and would have been fine, right? I agree with
Because
that.
look
100%.
at look
They
at
didn't do
Indiana
that, though.
Jones.
Why
now,
not?
Now Disney is getting cold with the faces now.
deep
With
fake.
the de-aging and all that type of stuff, deep fake.
Mhm.
You should have just gave us that him coming out of the portal or something. Have Chadwick Boseman asked his family, was it okay? His brother was already saying that his brother wanted to be recast. His brother would have wanted that. Have his face CGI, then on down the line, recast the new T'Challa and keep it moving.
They didn't want to listen to his brother. They listened to those silly humans on Twitter. That's why you don't do that. Forget that and just honor the characters and the stories. Period.
The brother never actually said that's what Chadwick Boseman said. He said he thinks that's what T'Challa would have wanted. He never said he had that conversation. He never said he had that conversation where Chadwick Boseman actually said, "Yeah, I want you to recast." They never.
But also, let me ask you this.
What about
Also,
in the
let me ask you
Chadwick
this though.
Boseman? Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, T. Also, let me ask you this real quick. Do you think Chadwick Boseman would have really wanted this to just stop? Like just dead his character? That man wouldn't want that, bro.
I probably not. Probably not. He probably would have wanted it to go on as two, but it will. That's what I'm saying. It will.
But we
it
don't.
will go on.
But we don't. We don't know what Chadwick Boseman said before he died to Ryan Coogler or Kevin Feige.
That's true. That's
Ryan
true.
Coogler could have told Ryan Coogler. He said, "Man, whatever I'm giving you my blessing. Whatever you do, I'm cool with it, man. Just keep it going."
But there is an interview though,
and maybe Ryan Coogler thought what he was doing would honor Chadwick Boseman.
Because if y'all go back and watch the original Black Panther movie, watch Civil War and then watch the original Black Panther movie, bro, he was sick on that Black Panther movie. You can tell.
He was.
They said
He was a lot skinnier.
Paul Bettany, like when they were doing their press thing, he fell asleep. And Paul Bettany, Vision, like he shook him, like, "Hey, you okay?" And he looks to him and he says, "I hope I will be." That's some chilling shit. Now that we know what happened, but there's an interview that you can watch with Chadwick Boseman where he's talking about the impact of characters, and he specifically said that, when a person plays a character, when a character is big, it shouldn't be placed on just that one person and then nobody else can do it. He's already talked about that. So he basically said it without saying it. It's there in the interview.
Facts.
Also, they said too in that between like the fight scene between him and Killmonger, that it took an exceptionally long time for him to get warmed back up because the water had him. Because I guess the body was fighting the cancer. Also, if you watch 21 Bridges, he really looks sick in there. And then someone had said in there that I think one of the actors thought that he was like a prima donna because he had a bunch of people around him, like keeping him warm and giving him water and fluids and stuff.
Wow. He had a massage. He had massage therapists that were giving him massage in between scenes because
that mean he was in pain, bro.
Yeah, he was fighting.
And then you had people online making fun of the way he looked when he was skinny and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was ridiculous, bro. It was ridiculous.
Well, did you see his last video that he did? It was for Jackie Robinson Day.
Yeah.
That was his last. There you could.
That's when people were making fun of him, saying he was.
I didn't know. Like when I saw that, what I thought was like, okay, first I was like, is he sick? No, he's probably doing a role because then the Five Bloods came out and he was smaller in that Spike Lee movie. So I thought
he was doing like 50 Cent did. Remember, 50 Cent got real like scary.
Right.
Yeah, I said he doing a new role.
If you watch 21 Bridges, you could tell. I was like,
that was a good movie. I like that movie.
But I told my wife this, Daddy. I promise you, when we finished watching Black Panther, and I was already pumped up, but I told her, I said, he's smaller than Civil War, because in Civil War he was swole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was thicker.
Yeah. But if you go back and watch Black Panther, he's slender.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not swole like the actors usually be.
When he fight Killmonger in that water, you can see how big old boy was compared to him.
Yeah, look at M'Baku. Look at M'Baku. But look at M'Baku.
Yeah, M'Baku had that serious dad body going on, but
and he all tall and shit. Yeah,
but when he got off here in Wakanda too, you could tell he'd been in the gym.
I think it was
like, man, he was in the gym to do what? Like a couple hits and stuff. Like the women warriors were doing more than him.
When he get off of that plane in Wakanda Forever, look at him.
I did look at him. Man, yo, my boy M'Baku was the comic relief. He was funny, but he was the comic relief.
He was a clown in that one. But when you watch that first one, bro, he was like on some Terrorizer, some Debo type stuff. Bro, and he was swole. But you could tell he had the dad body of Wakanda Forever. Stomach all hanging out. He didn't look the same,
saw something different to me, because when he fought him in that little water thing, I was like,
when he stepped to Chadwick Boseman in that first movie, I was like, how long is this movie? Is T'Challa about to die? Like, what?
I thought he was gonna die, bro. I thought he was gonna kill T'Challa, bro.
Right.
There's people saying, "Oh, he was the comic relief in Wakanda Forever," but you got to remember, he had some scenes where he was actually talking to Sherry, real one-on-one conversations, and he wasn't being comedic.
That scene after the funeral, and then that scene in the cave.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, But if you add up his screen time, it is tragically underwhelming. He should have been in the movie way more than he was.
I agree.
And when he was there most of the time, he was saying funny stuff. It was funny, but I'm just like, where's M'Baku? He wasn't in most of the movie.
And the way Namor hit him, I thought he was dead.
Right. I thought Namor killed him.
I thought he was dead too.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And then his reaction when he was like, ooh, in the water, I'm like, man, he is funny. I don't know why
Namor hit him hard, bro. I said they don't kill M'Baku, bro.
Namor was trying to make sure he wasn't going to be in the sequel.
He just had that vibranium chest plate, like one guy's gonna say. Let's get his last movie, and then we can go ahead and talk what we want to talk about. Last movie anticipated in 2023 is The Flash. The Flash. The release date is June 16th. It's projected to do $650 million worldwide, and Ezra Miller perpetual misconduct and runaways in the law may not be enough to hold back the multiverse-hopping Flash film. While DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran map out the future, The Flash promises to make some big splashes in the currently constructed DCU. Michael Keaton will make his official return as Batman, a key factor in why test screenings for these films are through the roof with audiences. Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne is also set to reappear, as well as newcomer Sasha Calle portraying Kara Zor-El as Supergirl. The Power Pack solo film has a ton going for it, and the PR issues surrounding its star Miller may lead some to elect not to support the highly anticipated DCU films. I'm hearing a lot of that a lot of people are not going to support it, but I'm going to watch it because it is necessary if they plan on rebooting the DCU. That they got to have it.
That's the reason why people gonna watch it, because it's gonna be the whole Justice League gonna be in this joint. They got Henry Cavill gonna be in it. He been confirmed to be in it, and the reason why people want to see this because it's very important for the DCEU moving forward. Are they gonna erase everything that happened before? Are they gonna do like Bumblebee, do a soft reboot? This movie is very important going forward.
Fatal. They are going to erase all of that stuff. It's about to be done. They are too. And there's going to be so many deaths in there. It's going to be like a Flashpoint type movie. Because look, David Zaslav said that he's focusing on Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. James Gunn came out and said Superman is a priority. Yep. They're going to wipe a bunch of stuff, which I also think Ezra Miller, because of the, him being a reverse Flash in real life, he about to erase himself at the end of that movie. And we may or may not get either a new Barry Allen or Wally West, because he's a fan favorite with the Justice League anyway.
T, you got to remember this too. David Zaslav said there's going to be no more for Batman in the DCEU either.
Right.
So I don't know if that means he just going to trickle it down to one or what? Or two?
I think what's going to happen is Jason Momoa, all them going bye-bye. It's going to be a full reboot, and they're going to work from the ground up. And I think the starting point
of Wonder Woman, I'm boycotting.
No, Wonder Woman 3 ain't happening, right? Like James Gunn.
No, it's not happening because they said the script was so trash, and Patty Jenkins, she's feeling herself. She's thinking Wonder Woman 84 was fire. It wasn't. Wonder Woman 3, the script was already written. They said you need to change this, man. She said, I'm not changing nothing. They said you can go bye-bye then. You can go bye-bye.
I'm boycotting DCU.
No, but see, that's the thing. Like, because of we have to remember everything that came in.
Oh yeah, this for you.
Yeah, I'm asking you why.
Gal Gadot is fine as a motherfucker.
Oh, Gal Gadot is dope too. She a dope Wonder Woman.
She ain't got. Absolutely, she's a good Wonder Woman. She ain't got no body.
Be very careful with the next thing you say.
Danny, when Ben Affleck's Batman said that to Joker, I thought I was in trouble. That shit was dope. But But what I'm saying is,
Danny thought I was crazy talking about Snyder cut all them years. He thought I was insane. I tried to warn him.
Hey, I'm telling you, look, just wait till they release like a full official trailer for The Flash. That's gonna give us a better idea for what it looked like. But even then, it won't be until we watch it. The beginning's gonna be crazy. That ending, the mid-credit scenes, all that, and I think it's gonna be one of those really sad movies because you are going to see those characters getting wrecked.
So, yeah, come to your house, you ain't gonna do nothing.
But T, real quick,
what's that?
You right.
Gal Gadot come to your house and say, "Hey, let's go."
Oh yeah, he would. T, I think this movie is gonna be it's gonna be like Infinity War. I mean Endgame.
Oh,
and
hell
I'm gonna tell
no.
you why. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be like Endgame. Check it out what they're gonna do. The stuff that people hated about Superman, Man of Steel. Remember when Superman came in there? Remember he had Zod by the head and he ripped his neck.
Right.
Remember that, Alonso?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why do they have the original actor that played Zod in this movie? They're going to reboot that.
Right. Okay. With that point, Fatal. Right now, look, James Gunn, he likes space stuff, right? You know, he specifically mentioned Green Lantern and Superman. But another important factor is the Legion. They have come from the future many times to make sure that Superman goes down the right path because he inspired hundreds of thousands of heroes. Without Kal-El, everything falls apart. So it would be epic if they have the Legion come in and stop him from snapping Zod's neck. Then that's going to change the whole timeline. And then Flash could go in there and do something else. And as a result, because remember, when he runs through the Speed Force to change things, he can't always control the outcome. That's where the sadness comes in. He does more than what he intended to do, and it erases everything. And then it's about who's going to come out on the other side.
And then the part of the reboot
That's pretty funny.
Is if they're gonna get rid of Aquaman and then make him Lobo, then that seems like it's gonna be some new stories coming along too. So,
Right,
bro,
right.
And you got to think this too, man. Aquaman 2 is not gonna hit $1 billion, bro.
I don't know, man.
I don't think it will.
He got some magical powers with the females, bro.
Yeah, but you got people that hate Amber Heard with a passion.
I don't think she's gonna be in there.
She's gonna be in it a little bit though.
I think they could have big portion her part.
The screenings, bro. I've been doing research. You know, I'm a DC guy.
Yeah.
The screening show she is still in this movie, man, and it's people hate.
Well, I can tell you.
Okay. Here's one thing to counteract that.
I don't give a shit if she fucked Johnny Depp or not. I don't care.
Okay,
I don't care either. But I'm just saying, there's people who hate her guts, bro.
Fado, here's the thing to counteract that. If this movie is supposedly coming after the Flash, depending on what happens in the Flash, the curiosity is going to be high, right? Because it's about the last film. Oh my God, what are they going to do? They didn't erase this and did that. So what does that mean for Aquaman? The curiosity is going to be there before the whole initial reboot happens with James Gunn, like his vision. Because the stuff that like Aquaman 2, Shazam 2, and all this is part of the old regime. The new stuff ain't even got here yet. But with all these reshoots, they're going to be putting stuff in the movie that we don't know about.
You right, because that Aquaman 2, I've been keeping up with that, but they don't reshot that movie to hell. Like they said it's at a point now, it's like 2 different endings. Like you can either go with the Michael Keaton Batman or you can go with the Ben Affleck Batman. It's either or, bro. So I think they're trying to see what this Flash movie do.
That'd be dope if they do that in the movies.
Yeah, it's gonna be either or, you know.
And I'm thinking about all the.
Have they ever done that before?
Oh yeah, they do that all the time with movies.
Show all the endings in the movie.
No. I'm not saying show all the endings. I'm just saying
that
whatever the movie.
They did that.
No.
Not like I don't know if they would do that because you don't want to create confusion, right? Because the whole point of erasing and starting anew is that you don't want anybody asking questions of like, oh, is this still here? Is that still here? It's supposed to be.
Let me ask you this. This roll with me for a little bit. How about you go to the theater and then say in theater 1, you're gonna see the Michael Keaton alternate ending. In theater 2, you see the Ben Affleck.
No, they'll say that for the DVD, bro. They won't.
Yeah, I think something like that would then
go to the movie twice.
I think that would go back into like what I was saying about the confusion. But if you put that on like a Blu-ray or something, that'd be nice, like to see like, you know, if they went this way, what it could have been. But in the movie theater itself, you want everyone to have that same experience to where it's a definitive understanding. Because remember, we know what's up, right?
I want everybody to pay $20 twice. That's what I want.
Right. But I'm just saying, though, like, you know, for the normies, like, they don't follow it like that. So if they, you know, say they go to see something twice and then they see 2 different endings, they're going to be confused. They won't be able to discern like you and I can about why they had a difference.
Hold on a minute. Guy Scar, let's get your opinion on this. You say you got to bounce. What do you think about all of this we're talking about, sir?
Yeah, I got to bounce too.
About this movie? Oh, man. Honestly, I can care less, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. We've been waiting for this for how long now?
They've been working on the Flash movie for almost 6 years from what it seemed like. And I'll tell you what, the fastest man alive, he coming out pretty slow. But I think again, Guy Scar, just wait till the trailer come out. When they have like a full 2 minutes of my trailer, and then see how you filled in. See how you feel.
Guy Scar, what is your most top 3 anticipated movies for 2023?
From what we just saw now, I would have to say definitely Mario Brothers. I'm interested in seeing how they did that because it's different. They changed it up.
Right.
I would have to say Quantumania. That's my the main one.
Yeah, that looked dope. Yep.
I'm looking for. And then I would have to say the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's yours, Fatal?
I think
10
that
just
Ant-Man is probably my number one because that first Ant-Man really hit hard. I wasn't expecting that to do good. Now that Ant-Man 2, I'm gonna have to go back and watch because I know my first reaction was it was trash, but I think if I go back and watch it again, I think I will have a good time with it. So that Ant-Man 3, I think that's going to be fire just for the simple fact that in that quantum realm, that little microscopic world, I think what Kang is doing. You remember you saw all the spaceships in that city?
Right.
I think he's building a secret army
Mm-hmm.
in the quantum realm, and when that army gets set and get ready, he gonna wreck shop on Earth, man.
Right.
Shop on Earth.
Right.
What's your other two?
The Flash movie. I want to, and the reason why I'm not an Ezra Miller fan, I even said that long before I was speaking about Snyder Cut and all that stuff. I never did rock with Ezra Miller, but I want to see the Flash movie. I'm anticipating for it because of what T said. This is it. This is it. Like, I feel like they're going to wipe out the whole Snyderverse. Now we're gonna still have Snyderverse characters. You're gonna have your Henry Cavill Supermans, maybe your Ben Afflecks, your Gal Gadot's. Ray Fisher is gone. Ezra Miller is probably gone, and that's why I want to see it. I want to see how is the new DCU going to be. So that's my second one. My third one, probably Aquaman 2, because I want to see what happens after the Flash movie.
All right. What about you, Anzo?
Mario Brothers, Quantum Mania, I'd say the Flash.
All right. What you guys, Scar? I'm sorry. What you, Terrence?
First, the Flash movie. I love the Flash character, like the different Flashes. As you know, Danny, my favorite Flash is Jay Garrick, but I rock with all the speedsters.
Yeah, Jay Garrick is dope.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. But to me, as a DC fan, I feel like this is gonna be the most important movie. It's so much we don't know. There's a lot that we do, but I feel like they're gonna be playing these mind games with us. So I feel just out of sheer curiosity that I'm just really hyped for it. I can almost not put it in words.
T, do you feel like with this Flash movie, either way it goes, it's gonna be a bunch of backlash towards James Gunn? Or people gonna be okay?
I'm predicting this. If they truly erase all of it, I'm talking about no Henry Cavill or none of that. Like they all just gone. Not that they're back, but they're just, different iterations with the same actors. If he erases everything like I think he's gonna do, there will be backlash from the Snyder fans, right?
Yep.
Even though they didn't show up to support Black Adam when Henry Cavill Superman showed up.
I agree.
Right. But if he doesn't, if he keeps them and then it's just they're different iterations, but it's like Henry Cavill traditional Superman instead, then I feel like you might be okay. But I feel like no matter what they do, there's gonna be some backlash. It's just a question of how much.
And
that's
see,
my
this the thing too about your majority of Snyderverse fans, because I was deep in that stuff, and I'm still a Snyder Cut head, Zack Snyder head, but I was deep in the underworld. When it comes to the underworld of the Snyderverse world, you have a lot of foreigners that don't go and support these movies, man, but they bootlegging and doing bots and all this type of stuff.
What's gonna hurt too is you're not gonna get that China showing either. That's gonna hurt somebody.
And I think word of mouth will be part of that too. Like, hey man, how was that Flash movie? Hey, just go and see it. Like, there's gonna be some
word of mouth, and it shows used to be because I know a lot of people said good things about Black Adam, and
bro. I'm gonna tell you. Well, word of mouth might do work, Danny, because when Black Adam dropped, people was bashing the trash.
I'll give you a
word of mouth. Where I was at, man, I was telling everybody, hey man, you need to go see it. I ain't saying it's the best thing for us a plot, anything, but like action, a man movie, an action pack.
That was a man movie, bro.
Yo, Black Adam was fire, but I'll give you a recent example. It's a horror movie, right? Terrifier 2. That movie was made for like 250,000 and it made something like 14 million. And that's off of sheer word of mouth because I found out about it through word of mouth. And I like horror movies. I had my friends tell me, like, yo, T, man, you heard of this Terrifier movie? You got this crazy clown called Art the Clown. And the movie was making humans vomit and stuff. It was so graphic, like all that was spreading. And this was around October. So word of mouth can work. But the thing is, the word of mouth has to be consistent, and whoever is articulating their thoughts, they have to be able to convince you to go and see the movie.
All right. What's your second movie?
Second movie would be, damn, it's hard now. We're getting to the second one. I'm gonna go with Ant-Man 3. And you know, the MCU Phase 4, it was kind of irritating me and stuff for the most part. But I feel like, you know, me judging case by case basis, saw the trailer. I'm a big fan of Jonathan Majors. I have been since Lovecraft Country and all that when I was telling humans to pay attention to this man. So I think he's going to be the best thing in the movie. We will again get like a great villain in the MCU because most of them to me are trash. But I feel like if they handle his stuff right, he might be better than Thanos as a villain, right? That's what I think. So just to me, the possibilities of greatness based on the character and the actor connected, that this movie really gonna turn out to be something. I think it's gonna be the best Ant-Man movie of the three. So
See, I thought I was the one like that too. Most of the Marvel characters are trash, bro.
yeah, them villains, the villains are not that good. There's like 5 or 6 of them, but a lot of times they show up, they kind of cool, then they kill them fast.
Okay.
And Kang, no,
let's
can't do that.
Now. In Iron Man, Ironmonger, he wasn't trash.
Ironmonger was compared to Iron Man, he was whack.
Who is like Ironmonger?
The big
guy.
Right.
Most humans don't even remember him.
The one that stole Tony Stark design.
Right. Like Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave.
His boss,
lots of scraps.
One the bald head, his partner.
Yeah. Obadiah Stane is his name.
His boss. That was okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing to.
He wasn't great.
Remember him.
Okay, then now the next
I can't even remember. Did he die in that one? Or
he died.
He did.
Yeah, he got snapped up at the end.
Then we went like Red Skull. Red Skull is always pretty good. That's Captain America.
Let's go back to Iron Man. Look at number 2. Was that
okay? Number 2 was Whiplash. Whiplash was
he wasn't nothing.
Garbage.
Iron Man 3. Come on.
Number 3.
Trash. It was trash, Danny. Can't even remember.
Yeah, he was the Mandarin. Not the fake Mandarin, but
no, it wasn't him. It was the it was
the heat power.
Guy Pearce or something.
Even the real Mandarin, was he fire?
He was fire.
He wasn't fire either.
Okay, here's the thing though. This is what I've been telling.
But this is what I've been telling. All of them. Y'all ain't give me a chance to go through all of them. Okay. For the Hulk, wasn't Abomination good?
Abomination was dope, but when you compare him to like,
yes, he was. Now he was sucky in the She-Hulk, but Abomination and the Incredible Hulk was on point.
I love the Incredible Hulk. I love the Incredible Hulk, but I'll tell you this, Danny, right? Abomination was dope, but he not like Darth Vader, Heath Ledger, Joker kind of good villain. You know what I'm saying? Like
what did you say? Y'all was saying that most of the MCU characters are weak. I'm saying
no. The villains, most of the villains are trash.
The villains to.
I'm trying to name all the villains.
Because think about DC villains now, because we got General Zod, Man of Steel, memorable.
But if you go to Captain America, it was what? Red Skull. Then it was the people in what you call
Bucky.
It?
Remember, it was Bucky, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Now, Winter Soldier, I give you that.
Yeah.
You think Red Skull was good? That guy.
Red Skull was garbage.
Okay, look, check this out, Danny. Hugo Weaving's performance was good, but they didn't use him in an effective way. Like it's almost like he was there, he serviced the plot, but nobody really gonna remember him like that. Especially now that we got 30-something movies, he don't stand out.
Okay, all right, let's go to Thor then. Loki. Everybody think Loki fire, right?
Right. Loki.
Loki fire.
Now I give you the second, Malekith. He wasn't.
You can't even remember it.
He got beat up by Thor's mom.
But the third one, now Hela was fire.
Okay, now as I mentioned before, Hela is one of the best ones they got.
Yeah, Hela was dope.
I said that. But see, but Danny, as you continue to go down this list, it's really only 5 or 6 of them out of the 30 movies
Yep.
that I can truly say are great.
See,
So let's go with the great Killmonger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Baron Zemo.
Killmonger probably
Baron
pound
Zemo.
for pound. Killmonger for pound. If it ain't Winter Soldier, it's Killmonger as the best
And
villain.
Thanos
in
and
the
Loki and Hela, those are the ones.
And Baron Zemo was good too.
And think about this now.
Baron Zemo got better in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but before that he was kind of weak.
Watch this, T. Let me hit him with this one. Killmonger is dead, so he's not a factor.
Mhm.
Bucky is good and goofy now, so he's not a factor. Hela is gone, she ain't coming back, so she ain't a factor. Loki is comedy, so he's not a factor. Should I continue?
And Thanos is gone, right? I mean, he might come back, but I feel like they might bring him back because they know deep down that is their most devastating villain. That's why Infinity War was so amazing. My boy got all the stones, and he was like, "Bye-bye, heroes." Snap, and then they was done.
You see, I don't think he's coming back. I think they're gonna try and I think Kang is probably going to rival Thanos, and I also think that if they bring in Galactus as well, Galactus could do that too.
DQ said, "What
if they do it right?"
Ultron. Nobody like Ultron.
Man, Ultron
Ultron
was fucking trash compared to the comics. Ultron
was
oh my
garbage.
god!
Yeah, Ultron
All
was
he
garbage.
did, Danny, check this out. What did he do in the movie? All he did was get upgrades and make speeches that amounted to nothing. They stopped all his plans, and then he killed Quicksilver with a gun.
I like the actor.
Man, I like the actor too. The voice was
I get in an
Everybody
argument with
says
Mark.
that James Spader was so good as Ultron. I didn't like the voice.
Bro, that Age of Ultron
I didn't like
was
the voice.
trash, bro.
Yeah,
we was into it because it was Avengers at the time, but when you go back and look at it, that was a boring movie.
Beto, even when I watched it, I was like, this villain did nothing. And that's when I started saying this. I was like, if you notice the pattern, not all the time, but most of the time with the MCU, they're heroes. The heroes are so great. Everybody love the heroes. When it comes to the villain,
Taskmaster.
What? Taskmaster?
From Black Widow?
Oh my God. Boy.
You know what, Danny? But I'll give Danny this, T.
I'm trolling y'all, man.
Taskmaster could have been one of the ultimate villains until they ruined it and made her a woman.
Hey, I don't care what y'all say. That first fight scene, that shit was fire.
Taskmaster's supposed to be on the level of he can fight anybody. And
Danny, I told you at the time that I love me some Black Widow, but at the same time, they did not capitalize on all the stuff that they should have been doing.
I agree.
Showing their training, showing the Budapest situation, how she met Nick Fury, the missions with her and Clint. It was only about ushering in Yelena, and she fired like the Florence Pugh. She's amazing. I love Yelena, but she got there too fast. And you give Natasha one movie, and it was all about ushering her in.
They fucked Natasha. They should have done that about 3 movies earlier.
DC pound for pound has the better characters and the better villains, the better heroes. And I prove my point. Pound for pound, Avengers or Justice League, who has the best characters of all time?
Now, me and Anzo just said it right here now. Endgame, the Zack Snyder Endgame. I mean, the Zack Snyder.
I'm not even talking about that, Danny.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just pound for pound, strictly characters.
I gotta go with Marvel. I've always been a Marvel guy. So I gotta go with Marvel.
Bro, who is okay, Anzo, and that's cool because everybody got their opinion.
Hulk over Superman.
I want to ask you this, Anzo.
Oh my God.
Just Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman alone can wreck the entire Avengers by themselves, bro.
Oh, absolutely they can. Like
by themselves, bro.
Fatal. All I do is tell humans this. I was like, look, DC's storylines and characters are so powerful that they had to come up with a mega event called Crisis on Infinite Earths, so that way the readers can keep track of the power scaling and have consistent storylines. You had Superman beat the Anti-Monitor with a punch, and this dude wrecked the entire DC multiverse.
And T,
but that's not the reason why they did Crisis.
See,
Infinite
that's why
Earth. No, they
James is
did
doing either or. They said James Gunn is either doing Crisis or he either doing
I,
Kingdom
I
Come.
I heard that too. And
Yeah.
but
Kingdom Come is kind
but
of
that's
weird.
not Terrence. Hold on, Terrence. That's not the reason why they did Crisis. They did Crisis on Infinite Earth is because they had too many variations of Superman. They had too many variations of Batman. I watched the
That's what
documentary
I
on it,
said. The
and that's the reason why
complications
they
of
did
their storylines. It's all part of that. The complications of the storylines. The readers had a hard time keeping track of all
it.
that.
Finding
You
right,
simplify
because
it.
you had
Right.
Superman here, you had Superman there, you had
Right.
Flash here, you had Flash there, you had
Right.
Batman here,
And
you
it
had Batman there.
and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
create and it creates a simplification. Like that
yeah, yeah,
way
yeah,
you can follow one storyline. But the
yeah,
point
yeah.
is that these characters are hacked. Like when it comes to the Marvel characters, you can relate to them more in the sense that they're more connected to reality. You don't really have the crazy power scaling until you get to the higher Marvel characters. A lot of them are very grounded in the way that they operate. Your casual stuff in DC, they be snapping out realities. Look at their speedsters compared to Marvel. It's a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. So and then look at
One
like
quick
look at what
question.
they
You said the three Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman could take out Avengers.
Mhm.
Isn't that same chance against X-Men?
Say that again.
Okay.
Say that
You
again,
said
Danny.
that you said that Superman, Wonder
Uh-huh.
Woman, and Batman could take out all of Avengers. You just said that fatal.
With ease.
I'm saying
With
do you get
ease.
that same chance with the X-Men.
Yeah.
The X-Men, okay, here's the thing,
With
right?
ease.
So
You want to
Charles Xavier couldn't overpower Superman
okay, now what you're talking about here is that within this
or
storyline,
Batman.
Batman would have to plan with the X-Men and then they could beat him. Then
Yeah,
they could beat him.
because you gotta put this, okay. You
But I'm
got
saying the first
if you saying prepping time,
if
Batman
prep
will
time, Batman will beat anybody. But I'm saying he ain't got the prep time. He just on the fly. He runs into kind of like how,
yeah, because that's even with Batman and Superman, they fought each other with prep time. Superman will just flick his finger and kill him. But
Right.
if you have prep time, Batman will do something like put on a Magneto helmet and then
Right.
kick Xavier in his
So
mouth. You know what I'm
so
saying?
we all know, even with prep time, right? It's comic books, but even with prep time, there is no fucking way Batman should ever be able to beat Superman. Even with prep time, Superman could fly up and fucking space, like to where Batman can't even see him and fucking laser beam his head off.
As
All
I
right,
told
so
as
even
I
with
told
prep time,
as I told humans when it comes to reading comic books, everything is circumstantial. How
to the
characters
comic
win
book,
and
yeah,
how
yeah,
they lose.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So what it means
But
is
I'm
that
saying, I
But
know
let me-
I'm not talking about comic. I'm just saying
Okay,
in general, because Fatal said with prep time, Batman could beat anybody. But I'm saying, if you really think about it, no matter how much prep time Batman has, he should never ever be able to beat Superman.
but
Ever.
but that's why he's the most hacked
Danny,
character ever.
I'm gonna answer your question too, Danny.
But I'm saying how we see how powerful the Scarlet Witch was, and we know that Superman has a weakness to magic.
But Danny, Superman
Okay,
is
but
so fast
oh,
that by the time Charles think
but
about
look what
now,
she.
listen.
but Danny, first of all,
Charles Xavier has what is it? Telekinesis.
telepathy. He has telepathy.
Okay, so when soon as that thought coming in his head to kill Superman, Superman have already killed him. Because that's how fast he is, bro.
And you also got to factor in DC has magic users. Zatanna at full power makes Scarlet Witch look like a Nickelodeon character. Humans have no idea how these powerful these characters are. And Danny, and you yourself has admitted that in the context of the comics, she has hex powers. She's not even as strong as Vision. You cannot use House of M.
I agree with you about the hex powers in the comic books. They done made her like more powerful than Doctor Strange. And I told you from the get here, I didn't think that she was more powerful than Doctor Strange. But
and what happened at the end of the movie? Remember when Doctor Strange tapped into the Darkhold and then he put her in that bubble? He could have killed her right then and there. Remember when America Chavez punched her and she almost fell in the lava? If that would have been the characters from the comics, the movie wouldn't have worked. You had to depower them to elevate her. It was very obvious.
Well, you know, I will say this in the defense of Wanda, though. She was pretty strong in the comic books because it's a comic book called House of M where
That's what I said. You
she
cannot
wiped out
use,
all mutant powers across the world,
but you
bro.
can't. But that's what I'm saying. That is a specific storyline. But most of the time, Fatal, as you know, she ain't that powerful.
But if you
But
look,
these other
if you,
characters
yeah,
are.
but if you follow all the rules of all the comic books, and me and Terrence had this argument. I'm glad Fatal here.
Wait,
I
argument.
said, well, discussion. There's a bit all time discussion of Fatal. Who is stronger, Goku or Superman? And I say there is only one way Goku could beat Superman. If Goku was to collect all the Dragon Balls and wish that he was stronger than Superman, he could defeat Superman. Everybody say I'm full of shit, but those are the rules.
I'm gonna say honestly, bro, they even matched.
No, they're not, and I'll tell you why.
Nah, okay, T, hold on. Let me finish. I'm saying they're even match until Goku dies, because Goku does die, but when he dies, he comes back stronger because either he training in the afterlife, and when he come back, he's more powerful. So it's a tie because Superman can kill Goku, and that'll be Superman win. But when Goku comes back from the afterlife, he's gonna beat Superman.
Let me hit you with these two things, Fatal. Right? No matter, like, Goku trains, right? So he can get stronger, beat this person, that person. In the context of Dragon Ball Z, all of his victories, with the exception of a few, he's needed help from the other Z fighters to achieve victory.
Yeah,
that's number one. Number two, because him and the other characters have to train to be stronger than the villains, that takes time. Superman doesn't need to train. He already has his power set as it is. His training is only to help his mind, because if he doesn't control himself, everybody dies, which is even why the Justice League is afraid of him, and Batman developed contingency plans to stop him and the League.
I agree with what you're saying, Chad, but he got specific weaknesses. Let's say, for instance, and we saw that in Batman in Justice League, Kryptonite is his weakness. I ain't saying it's gonna stop him, but it's gonna slow his ass down. You get his ass in. If you saw Red Sun, when they put him in that red room with the Red Sun, he just like me, you, and Fatal.
Well, you gotta think this too, though, bro.
That's the thing, though. Like, all that is true, but again, remember, Danny, I was talking about circumstantial stuff. You could theoretically kill almost any character if you pull out their weaknesses, you catch them off guard, you put them in the right situations. However, if you are talking about a fight to the death, where a character uses their ultimate potential, you can have all the kryptonite you want, but you got to be able to use it first. And if Superman uses speed, you're not going to be able to use that.
He got multiple weaknesses.
Let me put it like this, y'all.
Some of these other heroes only have one.
I'm gonna put it like this.
But you gonna mention magic, right? Superman deals with Zatanna, Black Adam, and Shazam, and Clarion the Witch Boy,
and it slows him down.
It does, but the reason why Black Adam is able to whoop up on Superman is because he has strength to go with that magic.
Let me cut the bull crap 1 minute.
Okay.
If you shed all of Superman, Clark Kent's morality,
and
just let that all go, just him being a hero, him being a protector, all that stuff, Superman is going to win every fight he faces.
Right. Because, like, the difference between Superman and other characters is that Superman holds back considerably because of Jonathan and Martha Kent. They taught him the preciousness of human life. But again, if you're fighting to the death and you're telling me he wants to kill this person wants to kill him, his speed and strength alone is already ridiculous, and he's not holding back. On top of that, these characters are done.
Have y'all ever seen the movie Brightburn?
Yeah,
right.
Did
you see how they lost in the end?
Yeah,
that's Superman. That's Superman without help, nothing.
Blew up the plane that laying down on the house like
He killed everybody, bro.
I was like, oh my god! Like, when I was watching that, I was like,
who made that? That was James Gunn's brother who made that.
Right. Like, you know what's weird though? It's like when I was watching that, I was like, how they not get sued for this? This is clearly Ultraman, which is the evil Superman. That's him. When humans are like, oh, what would he be like? I'm like, watch Brightburn.
That would have been the perfect way to introduce what's the one where the Superman is evil in the game?
Oh, Injustice. You talking about?
That'd been a perfect way to introduce.
Oh my God, that is, man. Humans think that these villains they've been watching these comic books are scary. I'm like, imagine Superman showing up with that red and blue, and he's not your friend, and he's trying to kill everybody. That's terrifying.
But Zack Snyder was trying to do that, but they cut him off. He was trying to do that in Justice League too.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Injustice.
He was gonna wreck everybody, and then Justice League 3, it was gonna take Lois Lane, the only person on planet Earth that could bring him back.
You heard what he said when Justice League Dark Apocalypse War came out, that animated movie. They asked Zack Snyder, they was like, was your third movie gonna be like that? And he started laughing. He was like, not exactly, but it would have been the whole DC universe versus Darkseid. I'm like, I started crying that we didn't get that.
You talking about that movie where at the end Flash ran across that river?
Right. Darkseid then killed everybody.
Try to reset it.
Go watch that, Danny. That you seen that?
I done seen it. Yeah.
Okay. That was basically Snyder Cut too, bro.
Hey, that's the
that
best.
was Snyder Cut too.
That was the best one they made there, buddy.
Hey, man, like them magic users. Like even Constantine, you know, he's able to deal with people like Spectre, man. Like their magic users are insane just by waking up out of their sleep. But they have to be because their characters are super hacked. So that's how you tell humans, like when they're like, that don't make no sense. How can he fight him? I'm like, they got individuals to counteract each other. With the Flash, you got Reverse Flash. With Superman, you got Darkseid. There's always somebody that can counteract.
Member has the dopest villains, bro.
Yep.
Every Justice League member. But T, I'm supposed to blow Danny mind and I'm supposed to go. Danny, this is why me and T say stuff like DC is the dopest.
All right.
You know the character Darkseid, right?
I do.
Okay. You know when Darkseid comes to planet Earth and he fight the Justice League or Superman or characters like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you know that's only one aspect of Darkseid? That's not the real Darkseid?
No, what are you talking about?
Darkseid takes up the whole universe with his actual being.
He does what?
He's omnipresent, bro.
It's a projection. Like
it's a projection of him. Yeah.
His essence is as big as an entire universe. It's insane. The mythology that come with these DC characters. I am telling you, man.
So Darkseid is more powerful than Thanos.
Darkseid. Danny, let me break this down to you so you can understand.
Even with the Infinity Gauntlet?
No, the Infinity Gauntlet is, you know, that'll get him there because then he could snap. But if he go in the DC universe, that won't work.
Daddy, let me tell you something. Let me break it down to you.
All right.
You walk outside and you see Superman fighting Darkseid.
Uh-huh.
That's not the real Darkseid you see. That's like a strand of his hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's insane, Danny. I know.
That's crazy, ain't it?
It's crazy as hell. But that, Danny, I'm telling you,
Thanos ain't got nothing on Darkseid.
No, he doesn't. Like Thanos needs the gauntlet to even be able to consider to fight Darkseid. But see, Darkseid himself is like the gauntlet just because of how much he can do. And it's insane. Like I've seen Superman struggle against Darkseid. Darkseid has beat Superman a bunch of times. Now I know that when you tell humans that, okay, Superman can be defeated, they're like, oh, well, anybody could beat him. I'm like, no, you have to look at the type of people that beat him and how they beat him. So it's never about the characters can't be defeated. It's about how and what.
So they explain this in comic books?
Yes.
Yes. That's from comics. And you can even look it up on YouTube videos where people don't broke down the essence of Darkseid.
Right.
That's not like T said, that's a projection of Darkseid you see. That's not the real Darkseid you see. He's in Apocalypse somewhere chilling. That's how powerful he is, bro.
And most of these YouTubers, when they make these videos, they go on Google and read some stuff. They don't have the full knowledge. That's why they pick and choose what they want to talk about. When you actually sit down and read you some DC, whatever you think Mo got, they got it times 10. And these are just, we're not even going to get into the God tier characters. We talking about the main ones that everybody would probably know. They alone, they're too hacked.
Yeah.
You want to talk about magic and telepathy? They did I don't really like go with them all the time, but on Death Battle, they did Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. And I was just like, this match is dumb because Zatanna would easily win. And they had her win and they broke down why. And I'm like, that's the same stuff that I've been saying, except more. Because they try to simplify it for individuals that don't read to get you to understand that there's a difference in the feats and the power scale and how that stuff is an average Tuesday for them DC characters. It ain't nothing for the Flash to go and reverse time. That's easy for him. He don't want to do it because it messes up the timeline and kills and stuff, but he absolutely can do that. Just
Danny,
because.
I'm telling you, when you learn about DC and just how dope it is, you're gonna be like, dang, Marvel.
I didn't know that about
It's okay, Danny. There's so much stuff,
we knew
man.
you didn't know. We knew you didn't know.
It's okay, Danny. There's so much crazy stuff that didn't happen in the comics, man. Like it can be hard to keep up with it, but I'm telling you, like you got somebody as powerful as like Dr. Manhattan in the Doomsday Clock storyline. He had a vision, and he basically went and saw the origins of every single DC character that you could think of, just to assess their power scale. And you know what he said? It'll be all right. And then once he crossed over into the main DC continuity from the Watchmen storyline, everybody felt it in the DC universe. His presence alone alerted everybody. They tried to attack him, Danny. He just put his hand out and they all vanished. He snapped them all out of existence. But there was one left, Danny. Superman came, right? And I was like, oh crap. Superman didn't charge Dr. Manhattan, Danny. And then the pages, the panels, they went black. And I was like, oh my God, like, so him punching Dr. Manhattan ended everything ever to ever exist. But Danny,
I'm gonna say this too, and then I'm out of here. I gotta go for real. Danny, I just want to say this. You got Superman, and then you have everybody else. Everybody else is his children.
Yep.
I'm serious, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be on that standard of a hero character as Superman, bro. Never ever.
And you're right. And
you
Fatal,
can't name one. You can't name one.
Fatal, before you go to cement that, once Superman hit Dr. Manhattan, nothing happened, right? Dr. Manhattan fused with Superman because he saw that he was just the most important and most powerful being in existence. And then you got both of them together, and you see a young Clark with that little Manhattan symbol. I was like, I don't care who you bring. You telling me we got Dr. Manhattan and Superman existing in the same body? Everybody dead. Just count them out.
They had a study. I got to go for real. I promise this is my last thing. They had a study out there. They said, what are the number one, the top 5 symbols that anybody in the world can recognize? The first one that popped up was the cross, the Jesus Christ cross.
Mm-hmm,
Number 2, the Superman symbol, the S.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the world knew exactly what that was, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without even reading the comics, they don't got to know nothing. They know the appearance.
I'm talking about, look, like our grandmothers, our mamas. You know they don't read comic books, but when they show them that S, what they gonna say? What they gonna say?
They gonna be like, that's Superman. Some of them will even say Kal-El, which surprised me sometimes. Even my auntie don't read no comic books, but she knows Superman. You know what I'm saying? She know who that is.
Yep. I'm out of here, fellas. Peace out. Danny, congratulations, brother. I'm gonna get with your tea. It was fun talking with you, man. I gotta get you back on some streams, man. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
All right, man.
Peace.
Hey, I'm gonna say my 3, and I'm gonna go to I'm most ready to see Beast Wars, Transformers, then the Quantum Mania, and then the Flash. Those are my 3. I'm ready to see.
Wait, oh shit! I didn't say my 3rd one. It was Flash, Ant-Man 3, and then I'm not sure about the 3rd one, Danny. Like, this is gonna make you laugh, but I'm gonna have to go with Fast 10. Yeah, but to be fair though, out of all the 10 movies you mentioned, I do have varying levels of excitement for all of them. For the most part, not so much Little Mermaid because I don't care about that character, but the rest of them, though, more than likely, I'm gonna watch them in the theater. More than likely.
Good deal. Well, gentlemen, my brothers, I definitely appreciate y'all joining me this afternoon or this evening. Been here almost not quite under 3 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes, and bruh, it's been good, fantastic. I'm glad both of y'all can join me along with Guy Scar and Fatal and Chris Knight. Thank everybody
Yeah,
in the chat.
I'm here with my brothers. Yep, Anzo and Danny. Yep, brothers. Yep, family. Yep, yep.
DQ, Chillmonger. Thank you for coming, Shifty, Fatal
And
Dave.
hold
Appreciate
on,
it, man. Go ahead.
I gotta rant, Danny. I gotta do it. I
Okay,
said I was gonna save it, but I
go
gotta
right
do it.
ahead, brother.
So I was talking to Danny and them earlier today, and I just fucking watched Till last night, and then I watched Emancipation tonight. And I posted on Twitter after watching these movies, I cannot fucking sit here. Well, I never did anyways, but to fucking sit there and complain about the way they fucking portray white men in movies nowadays is a fucking piece of, I can't fucking co-sign with that shit anymore. Because man, hey, listen, Till, that shit brought tears to my eyes. And that movie is so fucking relevant because the shit that happened in Till still happens today, okay? These white men
Anzo,
killed this little
I haven't
fucking
seen it.
black kid.
Is it? You think I like it? Till I liked
It's,
Emancipation. You think I like too?
yeah, you would. I liked Emancipation too. I thought that was really well done too. They fucking killed this little kid, right? We all know the story. If you guys don't know the story about Emmett Till, he said something to a white woman. They came, they took him, they killed him, right? They got off of it. They got off. But not only did they get off, they tried to villainize the kid's mom. We still get
Right.
that shit happening today. To fucking day. Today. This
Facts. Yep.
happened in, I think it was 1860 something or something like that, right? And that's why I'm like, this movie was really important for people should have went to go see it. And the fact that it didn't even make $10 million is fucking depressing to me. I cannot believe it. And
wait, it didn't even make 10 million?
It didn't even make $10 million. And I'm just gonna say this, man. Listen, I've watched so many movies growing up where they portrayed us in a bad light, right? They portrayed us as black men as fucking rapists, pimps, hustlers, hoes, whatever. So if they're gonna flip the script now and make white men supposedly look like the bad guys, then so be it. Because if you go back in history, they weren't all that fucking good.
I mean, a lot of them were the bad guys at that time. I mean, if you trying to go off of history, not all of them, of course, but you know.
Yo,
I didn't watch those movies because Lonzo said it before we came when I was like, I don't think I need to see that. Especially I gotta.
Both of those movies brought tears to my eyes.
I'm probably gonna see Emancipation.
Yo, Emancipation was.
I don't want to see the other one. I know.
Will Smith in that movie, man. Will Smith
at the end where they went into the town and they were like, "You are all free," and the way the black people were like, "We're free? What do you mean?" Yo, it brought tears to my eyes, bro. Like they like were free, and then they all start screaming, yelling, and hugging and shit. I was like, bro, at the end of the day, man, listen, hey, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. You want to portray them as bad guys? Go right ahead. I'm not gonna fucking sit there. I watch all these fucking white YouTubers. They're making white men look bad. They're making white men look bad. But if you go back and really look at the fucking history, you guys were. Not all of you. I'm not saying all white people, but you were.
Yeah, you know what, Anzo? I be, saying stuff like most humans are trash and this and that. When I was watching Emancipation, right, seeing Will Smith's character, I was siding with him. I was right there. I was like, we got to escape this together. Like I was.
Hey, every time he killed someone, I was like, yes. Yes. Kill the fuck. Even when he killed the fucking dog, I was like, yes. You know what I mean? Bro.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like at the end of the day, Danny, we've talked about it before, right? But we are starting to get shine now as black people, women, or whatever. They're starting to get a shine in Hollywood now, right? Mm-hmm. They're being put in the forefront. Why am I going to complain about that? Why am I going to bitch about that? Why am I going to, and I know you do, Terrence, but why am I going to bitch about a race bet? I'm not going to do it anymore. I never did.
Ones that are bitching have been on top so long, that they don't want, and now that the tide is changing, I'm not saying
It's a
in
problem.
everything. I'm not saying in all aspects, but in some aspects, the tides are changing. And if you've been king of the hill or queen of the hill or whatever for so long, you're not gonna like that change because then it's taking away some of your shine, some of your money, some of your opportunities. Somebody else get opportunity to do. I'm
Hey,
cool with it.
all I can say is that with certain things I don't like, but when something is good, I'm the first one to say it. I'm like, hey man, that shit was good.
I'm not saying that. To me, if we're supposed to be trying to uplift each other as black men, I may not agree with Anzo is saying. And perfect thing, me and Anzo, we're brothers. I love him. He loves me. He does a certain thing that I ain't gonna do. But it ain't gonna change my love for him. And it ain't gonna make me be like make me
We're
say,
Wait,
talking
wait,
this,
wait, wait,
Daddy.
wait,
yeah.
wait. Does that
Or they ain't
wait?
gonna
Does
make me
that,
say, well, I'm not
does that
agreeing with Anzo anymore because he does that. I'm not.
Danny,
I'm not.
Danny, does that include me that Terrence has some love too? Or?
Yeah, the same thing you talk about humans and you not want to have children, all that kind of crazy stuff. You smoking some stuff. I'll still love you,
Listen,
but
What
there's
in the
some.
world is happening? What, like
Oh
he was
yeah,
storming the race?
I told him about that. I
yeah,
told him about that because anyways, but I'm just gonna say this, right? Because um, like I said, we've been portrayed in movies so bad, and I get it. Sometimes they give us certain things where the black man is gay and stuff like that. They do that a lot, and they do probably put an agenda on there that sometimes I'm not really feeling. But at the end of the day, you have a person of color that is headlining a movie, right? Regardless of what they did in the movie, whether I don't like it or not, I'm still gonna celebrate the fact that we have a brother headlining a movie. Because in 1990, we had 16 black movies in that 1 year alone. Last year, we had 6. And I'm talking that came in theaters. We had 6. All right. So it's going down. The number of movies that they're giving us are going down. So if they're going to take away the movies, but they may add a race band or something like that, so be it.
Anzo, this might hurt your heart. There's an update on these polls right now, and Mario, who's more popular, Mario or Optimus Prime,
Maybe.
316 316 humans voted, and it is a overwhelming landslide, 82% for Mario and 18% for Optimus Prime.
they're crazy.
It may be. It may be. It may be the case.
I
I know
guarantee
from
this
my
movie.
generation
I
is.
guarantee that Mario movie won't make what the Transform movies make. I
Oh,
guarantee
absolutely
you
I
that.
not.
mean,
Absolutely.
I like both characters. I feel like,
And
yeah, I like both. You
and
know,
hold on, we got to remember one thing though, right? Well, I can't really say that because Mario's popular in China too, but Transformers it started in China, right? In Japan, China, Japan, one of the places. That's where it started. They got the idea for Transformers from a line over there, right? They brought it over here, of China, and they brought it over here, and they tailored it to Americans, right?
they.
So that's why those
I didn't know
Transformer
that.
movies
I'm gonna
That's
tell you
cool.
what,
yeah.
them Chinese or either Japanese Transformers,
Mm-hmm.
man, they super more aggressive than ours, man. Cause
Yo,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did.
they like
Anzo,
lions and all kind of dragons and shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's-
you said it came from Japan or China? Like which one?
Yeah, I can't remember which one.
Because
One of I'm
because if
I
you
thinking
gotta pull it
China.
up.
because if it
Yeah.
came from Japan, because I was just thinking about like a lot of cool stuff come from Japan. Like for me, you had Super Sentai over there, then that turned into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in America. So they be bringing some stuff over.
Well, if you think about it, if I'm not mistaken, I think they got the idea for He-Man from that too, right? From overseas. That's where they get the ideas from. And then what they do is they tailor it to Americans, right?
Right,
So
right, right.
at the time you can watch it on Netflix. It's The Toys That Made Us. They have a Transformer series. on it, an episode, and they talk about how they were looking for the next big thing. They went over to China and they found they had these cars that transformed or whatever. And what they did was they said, hey, this could work in America. So they brought it back to America and they switched it up to become the Transformers that we know today. But a lot of the concepts that they got from there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like that's cool though. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, ladies, gents in the chat, thank you all for coming. Like I said, I'm gonna do a quick rundown. Make sure DQ Deadline, thank you. She said Japan, not China. Yeah, I've seen some of the Japanese
I figured
Transformers. Those suckers as hell.
Yeah.
Tony Robinson, thank you for coming. DQ, Chillmonger, Shifty, appreciate it. Fatal Dave, thank you for coming by. Eyes Only, appreciate it. K Dots, thank you. It looks like Robert Strong came by. Thank you, appreciate it. Guy Scar, thank you for coming. Chris Knight, Fatal J.
And one last thing before we go.
Go ahead, sir.
Because when I was talking about that, if you guys don't believe what I'm saying, go watch a documentary on Netflix called Is It Black Enough for You? And they explain to you, you know, there was a time in Hollywood where they didn't even want to put money into black movies. Check that out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Austinator. They used to call it during the time black exploitation movies.
That's when it started to get popular, right? Because when you watch the documentary, they show you that a lot of those black exploitation movies were done independently, right?
Yeah.
Studios didn't want to get the money for it.
Yeah.
They did them independently. They did them independently, and then when they started to kick off, that's when you started to see the studios say, "Oh, we're making money with them," you know? Yeah. So,
yeah. But thank y'all again for coming.
True, Anzo, like they had to go independently out of pocket. Then they started trying to do it.
We're going to a new format starting January. Let me get my calendar so I can make sure. So make sure y'all keep track of this. January the 1st is a Sunday, New Year's Eve. That following Monday on January the 2nd, we will be doing one show a week. I will do the first Monday of each month. Anzo's show, Khaos List, will be on the second Monday of each month. And Chris Knight's show, The Rule of Three, will be on the third Monday of each month. Then the fourth Monday, we will probably do all three shows. Mine's on Monday, Anzo's on Tuesday, and Chris on Wednesday. And then that fifth week, we may take a break. I don't know, but we'll start back. Usually I do the first Monday, Anzo do the second Monday, Chris do the third, then we all do it on the fourth. We're cutting down because we're doing about 12 shows with that format a month. It was kind of oversaturating it because sometimes we talk about the same topics, that kind of stuff. So that's going to give each one of us more time to talk about topics that come as they come out, and we won't be kind of regurgitating and doing the same thing over and over. It won't be so redundant. So that's starting on the first of the year. So tune in for them. But tomorrow night, we'll be on Anzo's show, Khaos List. I'm sure you're going to have some hot topics. I thank each and every one of you again for rocking with me for so long. I think it's going on 3 years now, and this is the 100th episode of the Khaotic Conversation. I definitely appreciate it. And thank you very much. And thank you, Terrence and Anzo, for coming along for the ride, man. I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Congratulations on the 100th episode, Donnie. You know what I mean? I'm glad to be a part of it. Absolutely. You were part of mine. Don't ask me how I got to 100 before you. I have no idea.
I don't know.
It makes no sense to me, but I think it should be around the same time, whatever. But whoever, it's still 100 episodes. And, man, it's always a pleasure.
All right. Later, y'all. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Inevitable.
Okay, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Khaotic Conversation. And here we go. The beat's banging, so the verse gotta bang too. You ain't feeling it, man, I don't know what to say to you. I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep flowing. And my channel, yeah, it's gonna keep growing. Comment chat is who I am. You be like, yo, that's Danny? Damn, he kinda nice. This shit is hot. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. The show Khaotic Conversation is the best damn show on YouTube Nation. So sit back, enjoy the show, and like the Joker says, and here we go. Khaotic Conversation. Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't you dare miss it.